right. Welcome, guys, to Forehead Fables podcast. This is the follow-up to the therapy episode that we just had. So this one has to have at least like some giggles. Like there has to be some light banter, a lot of pressure here, because we got to pull you guys out. I don't know about you, Pooh, but the day after that, I was kind of in the dumps. I was in the dumps a little bit. Yeah. I needed some aftercare for sure.
Heard too many sob stories. Was too tired.
I ran upstairs and just checked on my kids. Afterward, I was like, oh, they're still there. Everything is still okay. All right. I went to bed, tossed and turned, writhed around. I
just popped some melatonin, drank a couple beers, passed out. Kind of forgot about it. Right now until you brought it up. But no, it was definitely it'd be nice to get back to format today, jerking off, talking about wait. Movies.
There was a positive aspect to that real quick. They've been hanging out, all the little therapy goblins, they've been hanging out on my Discord. They've been hanging out in the patron lounge. They found a home there.
Nice. Good.
And so now they're amongst like-minded folks, exchanging stories, vibes.
Talking about...
it's a tornado of depression in those rooms. Yeah. Seems to be a fun time.
10 most depressed patrons in the world together in a channel, and they're kind of supporting each other, or
they have the right psyche in there. They have the right mood. Now I just need to insert some political extremism into it, and we'll have ourselves like a Fight Club-esque.
Unlock the channel.
Yeah, yeah, and just let the regular people in there from my Discord into that room. That's a recipe. We could have ourselves some sort of extremist group in no time.
Safe haven, little room.
Yeah.
All the people that bore us, more like, and bared themselves to us, their hearts, their souls, they really opened up. So,
honestly, really, really chill group of people. I've seen them a couple times.
For a bunch of people that are definitely thinking about it, they're.
You ever think that maybe they were just making it up for us? I think they were faking. I think that's what it was. The follow-up episode. Those guys were fakers. Yeah.
I've got a pretty good bullshit detector, and I can tell. Don Tony might not have picked this up because he's a hack, but I think they're all faking it so they can be on a podcast.
We should ask him that sometimes. Like, have you ever just called somebody out on their bullshit? Like, you're fucking lying. I guess that's not good to do that as a therapist.
He did offer. He said he would start calling people out if, and then he immediately
and then
didn't.
He didn't
the
say
next
shit.
guy was like, I think it's a little harder to do than say, but he's like, I'll call him out. I'll just tell him like, this problem isn't, we're looking for worse. Mm-hmm. Which also, I think there was like a little bit of on one end, what did we expect? It was a therapy episode for Ed Fables, but I kind of did not understand the vibe of that going into it. What we were going for.
I touched on that in an intro that I shot for it. That we were expecting some more like my mom caught me jacking off, like
called you about. I don't know what I really expected. But it seems like John Tony was very much aware that it was going to be very serious. Stalt was curating very serious, grim people. And I think it worked out pretty well. I think we maybe helped some folks, or at least gave them a Discord that they can all kind of be together in.
That's good.
But it was definitely from the very first person. I remember Brian and I were like, oh, shit. Okay, this is like...
No, honestly, what's funny is I don't think Brian was even paying attention. I think he was the most unfazed person out of the whole thing. There was a moment of clarity where he kind of like snapped back in and he's like, what the hell are we talking about in here? You saw his like screens moving. I think he was playing games or something.
That was one of the least... Brian's ever talked. One of the least. I didn't say that right. I feel like Brian today. I'm waking up, but he was. Even that person was like, Brian, I love you, and I'm like, Brian, say thank you. Like, come on, Brian. He's like, oh shit, thanks.
Okay, so damn. You want some insight into what Brian's been doing? Fortnite has come back in a big way on my Discord. And
It's
because
Fortnite that's
they've been
keeping
doing
them up.
they've been doing a bunch of updates to it, and they've added like Mario Kart racing, and they've added some sort of rock band. And part of the rock band part, they've added like actual songs. And then there's just a song called Butter Barn, the Butter Barn, and it's like a fake country song that was made specifically for Fortnite. And Brian realized that like
they love it.
no, Brian just realized that like there's leaderboards on there and nobody knows what that song is. It's not like, you know, maxing out getting high score on Mississippi Queen. You know, it's like he thinks he might be able to top the international charts on the Butter Barn song. So he's been playing like Guitar Hero Fortnite on Butter Barn. Which is like the most Brian shit ever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I listened to the song. It's horrible. I can't imagine subjecting myself to it for more than once. And
hours and hours of listening to that song.
He's got every lick down, dude. The guy's like he's like a prodigy at Butter Barn.
Is he reached any? Is he like top of 1,000 yet, or like top
I don't know.
10,000?
I got told this by proxy. I got told by Bizzle about his Butter Barn pursuits.
I thought Proxy was a person in your Discord for a second. You mean okay?
By Bizzle. Bizzle told me of Brian's pursuit. Brian's been so busy with Butter Barn, he hasn't had time to talk to me, even outside the Discord, which is really where we do the bulk of our socializing.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Brian busy with Butter Barn. Oh, what's happening?
Yeah, but for those of you that think Brian's up to nothing, okay, this guy's got big. He's got big extracurriculars that he's working on.
He's a goddamn rock star.
He's a Butter Barn. Brian's the Butter Barn rock star. Okay,
it's like Morgan Wallen or something.
Mm-hmm. He's doing good.
I can name 8 other country artists. Willie Nelson.
I wonder if he sings along while he's playing. I'd love to see him work. I'd love to see him in his flow state.
I've never even seen him like tap his foot to a song, so I'd really love to see him, like singing Butter Barn.
Okay, so you know Lethal Company?
Yeah.
They had, by the way...
You know the most famous game in the world right now? No.
Well, I said Fortnite.
Just released like, 2 videos on it.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Okay. Yeah, so Lethal Company came out with this insane update, and then also they've like the modding community's been going ham on it. And there's a mod that lets you open up the boombox you can queue up any YouTube song.
Sweet.
And so I found this breakcore mix that it's Paul Allen's mix from. That's just what's called Paul Allen's mix, and it's just like an American Psycho meets breakcore like video edit.
What the hell is breakcore?
You remember like those drum and bass songs from like Toonami that they would play in interludes?
Oh yeah,
it's like that, but it's like an hour of it, and so we sync it up to the boombox. It starts loading it. It says in the chat, it's like loading song. Usually, it's used to doing like 2-minute songs, 3-minute songs. When it's an hour-long mix, it freezes your game for like 30 seconds. And so we kind of have to sit there. But then we have Paul Allen's mix. And Brian is a fiend for that mix, okay? That's like, I guess that might be the second most important thing in his life, song-wise, besides Butter Barn.
Butter Barn,
is Paul Allen's mix. He was very adamant about keeping that boombox on him at all times. So he does have, I guess...
autism.
He does have autism.
There's no way the man can become so obsessed with Butter Barn and Paul Allen like meme mix.
It's not a meme mix, dude. They blast that shit at Dorsia on the regular, okay? Paul Allen's mix is very important to us. It's some of the best music I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I know he's really partial to video game OSTs, which I guess is Butter Barn technically video game OST. That's why he likes it.
It is. It's just a different genre. So Brian does have a love for music and a love for varying genres. Some people just dive into one. These are 2 very distinct things. So his horizons are a little bit broader than you would think. Breakcore and
OST.
fake country.
That's cool.
Yeah, breakcore and Fortnite country.
Yeah, he's more multifaceted than I was giving him credit for.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of layers.
He should probably seek therapy, though.
Where's he at right now? Is he just working?
Probably
playing Butter Barn.
Probably playing Butter Barn. I would have had him on this episode, but I'm sure Butter Barn would have been playing in the background.
Yeah. You just, I can't imagine anything more lame. Well, okay, now I've done like 1,000 things more lame in the past week, but he's playing Guitar Hero on Fortnite, so you don't even get the guitar. Like, what's the fun? You're like pressing on the keys.
It's I don't know. It's kind of like when you were playing Splitgate. He like knows it's stupid, but he's like, I'm gonna be the best at something that's such a niche thing.
Okay,
and
I get that.
But it is also broad enough that it's Fortnite, you know. So
okay. Yeah, I have seen a lot of people are really liking the Lego thing.
Yeah.
I honestly did not know there was a like rock band one. That's pretty cool.
Okay. I'm usually not like I wasn't a big fan of Fortnite because of the crazy building, and I was always harping on it because of that. But now the people that do that, it's been long enough that people look back on those people and recognize that was the lamest part of Fortnite, and people ridicule. Yeah, people ridicule the build maxers or whatever. And now that Fortnite's turned into some sort of Roblox type game where you can kind of do anything in it, it's got me hankering to come back. That's a cool development avenue they've chose, I think. You can kind of do anything. I can play Mario Kart. I can play Butter Barn. I can fucking play Fortnite. I can play... Travis Scott does concerts in there.
Lego mode.
They added. I've seen they have like Dragon Ball Z characters. They have Eminem. They have Peter Griffin. It was a skin you could get, which was kind of weird.
You can get a skin for like anything. I got paid to play, and they gave me the Dragon Ball Z characters for free. It was the easiest. It was one of those Stream Elements sponsorships, you know, where it's normally like you could earn up to $3,000 if 1,000 people download this shitty ass game. Yeah. This one was just like play Fortnite for 4 hours and you get $400. And I was like, holy shit.
Done.
And
Done
and you
deal.
get Goku. And I don't know shit about Dragon Ball Z, but really fun time. It was cool, you know. Got
I
me
wish
a
I had
interested.
gotten that deal because I did my Fortnite sponsorship when Fortnite first came out. It was just me and Bumbo playing it like on release. And it was all right, but I would have killed to have I would kill to play Goku or Peter Griffin or Butter Barn or I'm bored. I'll go race a little bit. Why not? And dude, and you have to give them credit, okay? I remember in like 2011, I used to have this Game Informer magazine sitting on the back of my toilet, and I would sit there and poop and read Game Informer.
I love getting Game Informers.
Yeah, and in it said it was like new game coming out, Fortnite, and it was like a tower defense game, and it's just maybe co-op or whatever. It comes out complete dead in the water. PUBG comes out, is huge, and they're like, maybe we'll transition to being a battle royale. They do it. It's a smash hit. And then now they've been sitting there doing all these like pivoted dev. Like dude, you have to admit they can keep that fucking thing relevant, okay? Yeah. I'm sucking
it.
But this is in light of I don't even play it, okay? I'm not into it. It's
horrifying how relevant it is and how many things are in it, how many costumes. It's got like every fucking major movie.
After that whole day before thing, you have to give it some props for at least.
Can you explain the day before thing to me a little bit? Because
I'm gonna try, but Stoltz, you were going like, like God. I'm sucking it. Stoltz been like a huge day before believer or something. He seemed to be.
I hope he's not a betting man.
Yeah, Bizzle was like, did this game even exist? And so it's like, it fucking existed. Okay, this is my stalled impression. It's been around for fucking years or whatever.
It would be better than the trailer.
Yeah, people are like, this game looks like shit. Yeah. And he's like, well, actually, this game, you can tell they put a lot of work into it.
All I remember seeing is that they copied a trailer from like a Call of Duty or something, and people were like, what the hell? This is a red flag. And then now it's shutting down.
I think it was in development for a while, and they were faltering and losing money, and they were about to go into bankruptcy. And so they're like, last ditch effort, we'll publish our game and hope to get some money. And then everybody hated it, and so they were like, fuck, I guess we just had to go out of business.
But it's been like 4 days since it came. Yeah. I've been seeing
they were going out of business before.
Know, it's just a weird time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they didn't commit to. I guess I don't know how much debt could they have been in. apparently a massive amount. But
and
it's always a red flag for me, by the way, in trailers for like these survival games and stuff. They if you notice, like in the trailer, they have this close up of like one of the zombies, and it's like an animation where it's going like and then they reuse that animation like 8 times throughout the fucking trailer.
Yeah,
where they keep showing that clip, they keep using yeah. And it's not like a reuse of the animation. It's a reuse of the exact frame-by-frame clip, and they'll sometimes put text in front of it. Sometimes it's down in the store a little bit. I'm like, how much footage do you have of your own game? It doesn't even seem like they had a whole, like the developers didn't even bother getting in there and recording anything for it. They're like, this thing stinks. We can't show too much of it. It stinks that bad.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I feel like that games like Death Stranding, they can get away with that because they want to keep the mystery of it, and they're confident with what they have behind the scenes. But this game, what a stinker. I don't know.
I should now start getting hyped for it. Now that I don't know anything about it, it's going away in like a day. I should start being like, actually, it does look pretty good.
Well,
I'm going to be
everybody's
a bigger
shitting on
fan
it.
than Stalt.
I kind of want to get it and play it, because how often do you get to play a game where it's gone? It's like now there is no future for it. It's going to be a game that a handful of people have only played for a couple days before it's yanked out of, it's like a FOMO. I'm getting FOMO for this game that never will.
Did you ever play Infinity Blade on iOS? Like on iPod? Mm-mm. Let me make sure that's what it's called. If people out there that have played this game right now, when I said that, they just went, if I said it right, they went, holy shit, that game fucking rocked. It is the Infinity Blade. It's one of those games where you can't get it anymore. It's not on iOS. I was playing this fucking game on my iPod, like first generation iPod Touch. Okay, and part of this is just like nostalgia and definitely me being like, misremembering. I'm pretty sure this had like the most insane graphics I've ever seen on a mobile game to this day. And you would like fight boss battles, and when your character would die, you would have a son, and then your son like 40 years later would be like, I'm gonna get revenge, and then you'd start the cycle over. Really impressive, like technically impressive phone games that looked a little bit like the new God of War but better. And now they're just gone. And the other day I saw a TikTok that was like, anyone remember playing this game? And I'm like, oh my god, like I'm gonna download that right now. And all the comments are like, it's gone. You can only get it if you pirate it onto some fucking, just some bunch of bullshit I don't want to do because I don't love it that much. But it would have been a nice stroll down memory lane.
I also feel like games that have like a big multiplayer presence, that community is only there for a given amount of time. And I remember playing this game Continuum as a kid. That was just a browser-based, like, top-down spaceship game where you had, like, teams, and it would be, like, hundreds of people per map. And you would have, over the course of days, fighting for, basically, I guess it was kind of like capture the flag type objectives. You would, like, capture the flag on your ship and then try to make it back. And so you would sit there and coordinate with people, almost like that game Foxhole. And Foxhole's a good example, like, if you haven't played that, you need to play it, because 5 years from now, the community is probably going to be gone on it. You're not going to be able to have the large scale, awesome times. And single player games, it's like you just have to figure out how to get it working. But a multiplayer game, it does kind of stink when it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The love is gone, the community. Also, I'm going to get back to video games at some point because, well, it's in our formula. We have to talk about
honestly,
video games. No.
It is almost refreshing because we play video games for a living, but I feel like we're not like mega nerds. We very rarely talk about.
I'm not a fucking nerd. I didn't almost cry the other day at a party when a guy knocked off one of my toys and it broke.
Very rarely do we talk about video games on this podcast. I feel like it's not like a video game heavy one.
Yeah. Well, dude, okay, I wanted to get back into video games. I guess maybe I am now. But I've got a side thing I have to say before I forget it.
This is the part of the episode where we talk about our sponsor, Factor. This bustling holiday season, you might be looking for nutritious, flavorful meals to fuel you on jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, can help you eat well for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle while tackling... You guys don't have healthy lifestyles. The script doesn't know our audience. Hold on, let me get a drink. Look, you guys have been sustaining off of chips and stuff. Let me tell you something. Factor, it's an actual meal. Okay, you got a main course, you got some sides. It's that little food triangle. It kind of goes all over the place in there. You got some protein, you got some veggies. Throw it in the microwave. It's easy. You guys are like 99% dudes. It's easy. That's what you're coming to this for. Is it easy? It's easy. You throw it in the microwave. Let's see. They want me to read some of these. Choose from 35 plus chef-crafted meals every week that support your healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences. Whether or not it's calorie smart, vegan, veggie, protein plus, and other wholesome options. Factor isn't just for dinner. That's nobody's eating this shit for dinner, dude. This is obviously supposed to be a lunch thing. That's so sad to eat one of these for dinner. I'm sorry. Count on extra convenience at any time of day with an assortment of 55 plus add-ons to suit various preferences and tastes. Choose from a quick breakfast items, lunch to go, grab and go snacks, and ready to drink cold pressed juices, shakes, and smoothies. I didn't know they had juices and stuff. All I know, guys, is this is from the heart, okay? I'm not reading this. With Factor, you can rest assured you're making a sustainable choice because they offset 100% of their delivery emissions and source 100% renewable electricity for their production sites and offices. So head to factormeals.com/4head50 and use code 4head50 to get 50% off. That's code 4head50 at factormeals.com/4head50 to get 50% off.
But now I've got another side thing. I've been playing the Cyberpunk game, because it was so fucking broken on release, I could barely play it. And then I was playing it yesterday, and some guy's like, how have you not played this? Like, you made a whole podcast shitting on this. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I have bad memory about the podcast, but I don't remember that, man. Turns out it was an episode with just you and Brian.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys shit on about. I mean, because it sucks.
Yeah.
But then the guy was like, well, what? It's still your podcast. I was like, what the fuck? I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
when you're not there, it's not like you go back and watch it. I don't know.
Just won an award for like best ongoing support at the Game Awards. Yeah. That game, I mean, it's really fun now that I actually like can play it, but it's still very buggy. Like, there's still a lot of... I can't use my keyboard or mouse on the game. I have to use a controller, which takes away, like, all my aiming ability. Yeah. I have to use a baseball bat and shotguns.
Yeah.
Because I, like, I move like RoboCop gameplay.
By the way, I don't think they should be giving out awards to people that deliver a pile of shit and then fix it.
Yeah,
after.
Also, it's like best ongoing support. It's more like best like covering your fucking ass. Yeah.
Good on them for doing that, but at the same
I'm
that's
very
the same
glad
thing with Sean Murray and the whole No Man's Sky thing. People are like, "Oh, No Man's Sky is great." It's like, do you fucking remember what I paid for and initially
did you
got?
Watch the Game Awards? He had a bunch of like, "Oh, remember that when I made that that fade when I soy jacked about the No Man's Sky game." And now he's making a new game that's like No Man's Sky, but fantasy. And he's like, it's a complete procedurally generated world, blah, blah, like empty fucking world, and he's been posting all these memes on Twitter like, don't overpromise again. Like, oh yeah, I learned my lesson. I'm like, I bet this game sucks ass on launch too, and this guy fucking kills himself. Like,
and I feel like it's the new corporate trend of like, hey, we'll shoot ourselves in the leg, and then we'll be the underdogs of our own circumstances that we caged ourselves into. It's like bullying yourself and then overcoming your own. Like, that's the dumbest shit in the world.
It's weird, yeah. They're getting like. It's probably the overhead people, too, being like, we need this game done now. And then they have to just clean it up for years. And he was even telling you, he's like, yeah, we've been doing No Man's Sky now for like years and years and years. And this next game, I could see myself doing updates for 10 years. I'm like, what?
That doesn't mean release it shitty.
Yeah, make what does that mean? Like, that doesn't seem good.
Yeah.
Seems like you're just gonna add the rest of the game over the next fucking 5 years.
Because I also have like fatigue for games. Like, I would prefer, people shit on Rockstar all the time, but Red Dead 2 came out, and it was just damn good single player.
I can just walk around in that game and shoot people's heads off with a shotgun.
They have done nothing for
hours.
it after the fact, which does piss me
Yeah.
off.
No DLC for story?
Yeah,
really?
come on. Yeah.
No zombies? You couldn't do Undead Nightmare too?
They couldn't have done something fun with the multiplayer, but I mean, that does piss me off that all they've done is just add different fucking waistcoats.
And then they
and
gave
shit,
up on the multiplayer too,
Yeah.
so it's like, what the fuck? You're not even. It's like your best game you've ever released, and you're just kind of like,
Well, they're like,
GTA
well, we
5
can't
makes more money.
We can't add hoverboards,
Yeah.
the RGB hoverboards like we
too
can
grounded.
in GTA. Or,
If they in GTA 6 add those flying fucking bikes and everything like too soon, it's gonna piss me the fuck off.
Yeah.
The beginning of GTA 5 online was such a special. That was the greatest time in the game's history because no one was max level. Everyone's tires could be shot. So I would just knowing that, you know,
when they added like
no one had the instructable like you could turn off like friendly mode or whatever.
No insurance too.
Around.
Insurance was expensive.
Insurance, yeah. I drive around. I could like throw a sticky bomb, you know, with my eyes, you know, covered, throw it on the highway 100 miles an hour, or just shooting people's tires out. So fun.
Yeah.
And then like a month later, they add all these insane, you know, they jump the shark with their shark cards. I bought a couple, you know. You spend $50 for $1 million. What a scam.
By the way, I make my living playing games, and that shit's too pricey for me, dude. I do not buy shark cards.
I bought like a $20 shark card once. I think it got like $100K. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, you got like
there was
you got
all those
half
mods.
a Lambo. It's bullshit.
A lot of people were hacking in early GTA 2 and just giving money to everyone in the lobby. That's how I got my fortune.
A hacker gave me money, and he said, "You need to spend this ASAP because every couple days they figure out who has a bunch of money and whether or not it would be possible to do the missions to accumulate that wealth. So, but they don't look at assets." And I'm like, what were they like? It's like hiding from the IRS.
Not very liquid right now. Yeah.
It's like hiding from the IRS. Like, why do you have that big stack of cash? So immediately I went and bought best house, maxed out parking garage, pimped out all my cars because they don't look at the cars, baby.
I bought like 10 of the that Bugatti car.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they seized my income, they took all my money. I would just slowly sell those off and be like, oh, fuck, I only got like 5 Bugatti left. Like, I'm running out of money. Like, oh, shit. And then eventually a hacker gave me more money. And I hope that issue happens in GTA 6. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be playing.
The hackers in Red Dead, they can't even do shit like that.
Yeah.
They don't give you money. They usually just
here's a gold bar.
Yeah, they usually just blow you up with dynamite or something. They rain dynamite down. So like even on the hacking front, you can't even have as much fun on Red Dead.
No.
It's they really dropped the ball on that one, but
the single player they did.
Yeah.
Pretty good job. Oh wait, okay. And we'll come back to this. But I had a little like party like a week ago. It was kind of like Friendsgiving, but it was more just like a lot of my hometown friends come over. You know, we were dishing out those what do you call it, cubes that you recommended.
Yeah.
Like candy. Like I was actually starting to be like, okay guys, like fuck, these
these
expensive.
do cost money.
Yeah, like, and they're like, let me get another cube. I'm like, okay, well, who are you gonna come back to when you need more cubes in the future? You're gonna come
All I
want
to say is Omid. I never got that sentiment from him. He was just like, some more cubes, sir.
Well, that's to one person. I've got 15 people at my house that are all like, manja, more cube. I'm like, goddamn, I blew through a bottle in 5 minutes. But we just had a beautiful, like, long at the end of the night tangent where you're just, like everything's hilarious.
Yeah.
But we had I'll keep one of them just to us that night. Keep it special, our longest one. We literally talked about one bit for like 5 hours straight. Had no idea. We're just like, oh yeah. And then like, what if and then the guy comes and bam, like blows up the whole house. And we were like crying, laughing for hours and just stomachs like, stop. Like, ow. But one of them that we were talking about, and we were like, "This is hilarious," and then like 2 hours later, we're like, "Oh man, that's pretty." Like, I hope they don't hear that, and now I hope he doesn't hear that on this podcast. He knows I do, but we knew everyone there really well, except for one of my friends brought his like new girlfriend, and we were really hyped up. I don't know if you saw my tweet about stunt powder. But, okay, that was we were talking for hours about the applications of maybe stunt powder. Maybe it's this new drug. It's just testosterone and gunpowder. It gives you the powers of a stuntman. Like, you take it and you, like, jump out a window. Or you take it and, like, a wire grabs you and, like, whoa, like, just hoists you away. And we're like, yeah, we can get like Jackie Chan, we can get Jackie Chan be like celebrity endorser. We're just out of our fucking minds, like spitballing all this stuff, like just crying, laughing, talking about, feeding it to dogs, like animal clinic trials, and then they blow up from all the gunpowder. Testosterone makes them crazy. But we were talking about like stuntman stuff and like squibs. And I know we've talked about squibs before, I'm pretty sure, like just they're like $200 a pop. Like, they're expensive, but it'd be so fun to just, even right now, if I'm talking and just went, pa! Like, it'd be hilarious. It'd be funny. And we were talking about, like, oh, yeah, like, we should get our money together, get, like, one squib. But how do we make the most impact for one squib? And we were talking about this guy comes over and brings his new girlfriend, and we're like, oh, yeah, nice to meet you. And then we shoot him, and his squib pops, and he's like, oh, like, run! And then we were, like, trying to discuss for, like, 40 minutes, like, what's the scariest thing to do next to the girl? Like, just so, like, and the funniest one of my friends came up with, it reminded me when I was doing the zombie thing, just the classic, like walking her like cartoon zombies. Like, she just walks in, bam! His chest pops, and then you're like, and like, how scary that would be if like it's your first time in someone's house. This person is just like the nicest lady ever, but like we're just talking there for like an hour. Like, what would be going on in their head? Like, how scared would they think it's real? Would they know it's a joke?
I think it's also important that if there's another woman in the house, when she turns to go leave, the other woman's locking the door.
Yeah,
because I feel like women find security in other women, like. If they're outnumbered by a bunch of dudes, they're kind of on their toes a little bit. That's
why later we're like, this has kind of got like a creepy connotation, but it's more just like supposed to be pure horror.
Yeah,
like it's supposed to just be like classic silver screen, like just lurching at her.
By the way, that kind of manic episode on shrooms is what I was going through when I lost my mom's dog. When we were on the phone, you called me and you were just like. You were just talking and cracking me up, and I was in that moment.
It's a beautiful state.
It's a beautiful flow state, but imagine having to get in the car and drive and look for a dog in that moment. Yeah.
I was this close to jumping through a window. We had talked about it so much. We had talked about sugar glass and squibs for hours.
Have you seen those videos of like this guy does? It's a great video idea. Great pranks, but his execution just sucks so bad.
Oh.
And it's a guy that has...
probably would be my problem, too. I think, it might not translate to film so well.
This guy gets a sugar glass, like, beer bottle, and he goes and sits down in a bar, and he's like... He just meets some guy next to him, talks to him for a little bit, and then they go, cheers! And then he goes to drink from it and just bites the end off the bottle and, like, eats it.
I have seen that.
You've seen that? And, like... The response is there's like nothing to it. The guy's just like, did you just eat the glass? He's like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's America. You can do
you can do whatever the fuck you want.
A man can marry a fish. I guess you can eat that.
You can eat the glass bottle. Yeah.
I saw a clip on TikTok of just probably a better podcast, but they had some sugar glass bottles and they were just interlacing them into like basic... Because they're in a physical room, but they just be like, you're pissing me off. Bam! Just smash it over someone's head.
Fuck.
I mean, dude, that's all I do with it.
That's what we talked about. Maybe was it me and you, or was it me, Brian, and Bizzle? Like, we were just on that Wild West website, And we were just talking about like the rubber guns, the hammers, the brick. There's bricks that they have that are like foam, so I could just like brick somebody.
You can buy like well, not everything, but they had a good variety.
Yeah, the squibs, the sugar glass, everything. We were talking about like how great it would be just to slapstick somebody with a.
It's just like the first thing you're gonna do with it.
Yeah,
and they just beat us to the punch. They're more proactive.
Oh fuck!
It's probably been done 1,000 times, a million times before. But I mean, even right now, if I
thought I would be the first person to break a bottle over somebody's head.
Yeah,
somebody else has thought of that.
Cross-eyed, and little birds chirping.
Yeah. Your hat comes up off your head.
Oh my god! What'd you do to me? Yeah. I mean, we should probably buy some. I think it would be good, just investment for the ecosystem if we bought some squibs and glass bottles before the next big hiking trip or something.
I was thinking of having those for the next hiking trip for sure. Yeah. At least like a rubber gun or something.
Like that shoots rubber bullets or just looks like a gun.
No, it just looks like a gun, and then we can pistol whip each other and stuff like that, and have those those segments.
Sound effects.
And they also have the knives, so you can stab each other, and like the blade retracts into the handle.
Yeah, just a video of us all just killing each other for hours.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not dead yet.
Yeah. I thought it would be funny if we get to a segment where we're all cooking and stuff, and we go, "Yo, Bizzle, did you bring the stuff like last time?" And he goes, "No, you guys didn't tell me to do that." And then it just cuts to us stabbing him repeatedly. You're pistol whipping him with a gun. Squibs just blasting everywhere.
2 beer bottles and smash them on his ears.
Yep.
Wait, what
Brick
point
him.
does sugar glass hurt? Yeah. If I threw it like insanely hard at his head, would it hurt? Or
I don't know.
It's fake glass.
It gets in his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, there's sugar in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm sure he would be fine with that.
Dude, just be like stuntman antics are just so funny. I don't know.
It also kind of sucks though, because I remember we had this issue last time with the other hike. Like you were packing up all this stuff. We had the cloaks and everything, and like it's already just heavy. Like if you have all the gear you need to survive,
you got a wet cloak
it's
on.
Like, plus cameras, it's like 35, 40 pounds on your back. Yeah. You know, thank God we only hiked 1.5 miles in or whatever. But damn, that shit was getting heavy. Yeah, it was getting heavy real quick.
Miles straight up.
Yeah. Thank God we wouldn't have to bring the sugar glass back out. I think
you had that drone too, right?
Yep. Drone with batteries plus the camcorder, the regular camera. I was kind of thinking Bizzle would hold one of the cameras and be a cameraman. That didn't translate.
I had too many cloaks in my bag.
Yours, you look like a trapper or something. You had like pots and pans jingling on the bed. Plus your action clogs or whatever with the spurs. That was heavy.
Spurs, I had the gunslinger belt, 2 holsters. Perfect for a rubber gun.
Yeah. Oh, man. Next time, for sure. You think I'll have a hard time going through TSA with a bunch of rubber guns and retractable knives?
Small explosive squibs.
Yeah.
How do squibs work? It's like a little I know they're kind of dangerous, right?
Yeah, I think they have
like a little explosion.
It's like an explosive cap, I think.
Yeah.
And then you have a vial of whatever.
Put it on like bare skin.
No, I think it's contained within a cylinder. It's like a plexiglass cylinder that you then do the firing cap, then you do your substance, whatever that may be.
Wait, do you shoot the squib, or does the squib, I thought it was on the person.
No, it's on you. No, the cylinder's on you. And then, and usually they angle it. But then and I think you have like a firing pin cap type thing that you hit it, and then it goes shooting out. But I've noticed like the good ones, if you ever watch,
it blows their fucking shirt off.
No, it's not Day of the Dead. Was it It's
not Day of the Dead.
It's not Day of the Dead, is it? The 2004 one, Dawn of the Dead. That one has great squibbing. If you've ever seen that movie, and there's a lot of scenes where like that's the one where the zombies are just running like crazy, and they used a lot of amputees.
Is that one in the mall?
That's the one in the mall, and that one's really visceral and gory because they used like this guy. He always stands out to me because he's this Asian dude that has amputee, like one of his arms is gone. And so then they put on like a mangled prosthetic that just looks like his arm's been ran over 17 times. And it's just like trailing behind him as he runs. But all the zombies in that movie, when they get headshot, they have a super long squib. Like it's this much brain matter on their back. And they would usually try to shoot them up against a wall so that it would launch it behind them up onto a wall, which we could do with a fucking chair. So if you're scared of the damage that our bodies could take, we could rig our chairs with squibs and then have our green screen or something. I don't know, like something like a get up to a wall behind us.
Yeah.
People might be immediately asking, why do you have newspaper on the wall behind you?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I go up and flick your forehead.
Yeah. Yeah, we have like a someone into like astrology or something like that. Be like, I'm opening your third eye. It just blows up on the wall.
I'm gonna reach a little deeper into your psyche. No. I've got a mind lock on it. Don't try to open it.
Yeah.
I really need you to watch Eagleheart at some point. I'll make you watch it when I go down there. But their use of just like squibs, just incredible. Just the constant people like blowing up everywhere, or even like where it's definitely not a squib, but like a guy gets punched and his entire body turns to paste, you know, or blood mist. Like it's just so funny. I just really wish how do we naturally include some of those into a podcast, an audio podcast?
Yeah.
Well, just we could convince a lot of Spotify people that we bought a squib if we just put in the sound effect.
Yeah.
Went, ah!
More importantly, not just the Spotify listeners, but remember during the therapy, there's that one blind guy.
And he's literally blind. His name was literally blind.
And they apparently did a lot of convincing to try to make you believe that he was blind.
I know.
As if we thought that wasn't a thing.
Boom, this guy's blind. This guy's blind. I'm like, oh, cool. And he's like, I heard you hate blind people. I was like, I've probably said that. Like, you know, I'm thinking like, sounds like me. I'm like, oh, no, that was Sam. He's like, oh, it was one of you. Like, and then they're like, no, you don't get it. He's actually blind. Yeah, I don't think you would just lie to me. And they're like, go look in the
like a unicorn.
There's a picture.
That's like a mythical being.
There's a picture of him with a cane. I'm like, what the fuck? Now I think he's not blind. Like what? Yeah, there's blind people. Yeah. I didn't know there were blind patrons.
No.
Because they're
because blind people don't have credit cards and stuff, and they can't pay for exclusive access.
He probably hands a barista like a bunch of Monopoly money, and they just go, "Aw, bless his little heart."
How do you?
It's $4.
I want to know, dude. I want to pick up this blind guy by his collar. How'd you get on the Patreon website? Yeah. Like, how do you navigate the internet?
Who told you about this?
What do blind people do for porn? Do they just listen to hot and heavy video, or?
They probably just stroke on their dick until it feels awesome. I don't know.
How do they know if nobody's in the room? Do they go?
If you're here, you have to tell me.
Anybody there?
Clear.
Yeah. Yeah, they do their echolocation.
Holy shit, there's a submarine in this room. Holy fuck. It's a dolphin family.
I can see in my mind's eye. I can see you jacking off to me jacking off on the couch. Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, this probably is not the right thing to say to a blind person, but also he's like, you hate blind people. I'm like, no, I don't hate blind people. Like, I just wouldn't want to be a blind person. Like, I don't envy them. You know, and I think that's fair, but also like if I were blind, I wouldn't want to be reminded that all the time.
Yeah, that's it's what some people call like a disability. If you're blind, I'm sure you don't go like, I wish you were like me.
Yeah.
No.
I wish the whole world were. If I were blind, I'd try to shoot out the sun. I'd try to blot it out and make the whole world see what I see.
Yeah.
And then I'd kill the power grid. I'm gonna be totally real.
Isn't that a plot point in Diablo 2? They blot out the sun. You're like the bad guys blind from Diablo 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Not like the main bad guy though. You're just kind of like it's like a side quest type bad guy. Yeah. Just
like a one-off.
Yeah, just a one-off.
This idea is so dumb. This guy's not even a real bad guy.
Yeah.
How would it work?
You know,
mirror.
We did talk about this on the phone, but I think it is kind of a funny little side away is that people that have disabilities, but then cling to them as if it's their identity, like that is their very point of being, and not recognizing that it does kind of suck to be in that position. We acknowledge the fact, and we,
Yeah, I'll acknowledge it for you.
Yeah, well, that sucks. And we'll also give you props for blind guy. I'm holding my fist up right now. This is when you put your fist out and we fist bump.
Blind guy, I've got my fist up right now, too.
Yeah.
Wait, we've definitely done that. I swear to God. Maybe I have said I hate blind people because I remember in the past being like, okay, and this is for like this fucker.
No, we did that for the audio people. Yeah,
okay.
This one's for the audio listeners.
I'm giving you a big thumbs up.
Yeah. But I remember seriously. During the whole, there was talks about people fixing genetic issues like being a midget. Like they were gonna, we found the genome that we've sequenced it and we can phase it out so that nobody will ever have to suffer from this ever again. And a bunch of little people were like, we're not suffering. We're actually thriving. Do not erase us. I'm like, when they have kids, they don't go man, I hope he's small. That's fucked up. That's a shitty position to be in. You're kind of funny. But
beat me in a 10-meter race, and I'll start taking your point. Okay,
beat me in a longevity of life competition, dude. Their average life expectancy is 45 years.
Oh,
all right,
really?
We don't have that much. We don't have that many years left of Peter Dinklage or whatever. Or that Warwick guy that played the little elf.
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, he's gone.
I've got a signed Warwick Davis picture up there.
He's gone, dude. He wasn't that old. I think Warwick Davis is dead. And that's such an awesome name, too. They named him after that League of Legends character.
Warwick Davis is not dead.
Oh, he isn't? Okay, never mind.
He just did a show last year.
Did he?
He's 53.
Oh, sorry.
He's been in so much.
Hold on, I'm going to type dead midget into Google.
Google Images.
We'll find this guy. Oh, Stevie Lee's dead. The Jackass guy. Mini-Me.
Also,
I get them all confused. I'm so sorry.
Mini-Me is Vern.
Or not Vern
Troy.
Whatever. Yeah. Is Vern Troyer dead?
Vern Troyer. He is dead, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I used to follow him on
See, they're dropping like flies.
But you know who's still alive? The stunt runt, Martin Kleba. Wait, is that his name? Martin. Don't ask me how I know so much about all these little people actors. Martin Kleba, the little person from Pirates of the Caribbean, or Caribbean or whatever, 54, still alive.
Really?
He used to follow me on Instagram.
That's
years
big.
And years ago. Yeah, because I would comment on a lot of his things because he would only post hey, remember when I was in those Pirates movies? Or hey,
and you're like, hell yeah, I do.
I think I DM'd him once and was like, I was probably just straight up hey, can you follow me? I don't know why he followed me. I think he really didn't. There was not a lot of interaction going on his page.
Yeah.
But he really wants to be. Let me look up before I slaughter this. I already said earlier, dear viewer, I don't know Dragon Ball. Krillin. He really wants to play a live-action Krillin. And I feel bad for him.
Wasn't that small?
I feel bad because, he's got the Krillin physique 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Because he was in a, what was it, Cradle to the Grave? Or he was in some, what's that guy's name? Jet Li movie. Yeah, it was Cradle to the Grave. And he's kind of oh, yeah, And I don't know much about Krillin, but he looks like a little bald little person. So
correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Cradle to the Grave also have DMX or somebody in it?
Yeah, he's their main guy. Yeah, that movie rocks, actually.
Yeah, that movie does rock. Yeah.
There's a part where DMX is escaping a Doberman that's been fed stunt powder, and he takes a little and he runs up a wall and does a backflip over the dogs, and that was awesome.
And
that's
the dogs
were movie I remember.
They didn't just turn around and bite them?
No, they were they held up a little sign and said 10 out of 10.
They went, damn, he got away, and then walked.
Basically, yeah. I think he maybe did a backflip and then just outran them after that or something. I don't know. The dumb dogs, though, they were no match for his ability. He does say you like running wall backflip. I have it saved on my Snapchat memories. I see it once a year.
This is pretty
It's just
badass.
me watching it like, okay, this part. Hold on, guys, watch this part. I've got like 10 movies. Like, I was a really bad period of my life where I was just watching horrible movies by myself in my living room. Like, I've got one from the Zorro movie. It's pretty awesome too.
Wait, with Antonio Banderas?
Yeah,
That movie's
it's
pretty
when that
good.
guy's riding down the minecart and he's like, oh, and he hits the minecart ramp and he flies at a guy and the guy just shoots him and all his momentum stops and he just like hits the ground. I don't know why. It just really cracked me up when I watched it. It's like same week as Cradle to the Grave, so just kind of on a hot streak.
I love like seeing stuff in movies where you're like, wow, that was cool. And then you find out, and it's remarkable how many movies with like the stunt people get seriously fucked up and they just leave the take in there because they're like, yeah, that looks like it hurts. Well, it turns out it did hurt. It actually broke 8 of this guy's ribs.
Not going to want to do it again, so we might as well use that take.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the stuff about the Harry Potter guy?
No.
One of Daniel Radcliffe's stunt doubles in one of the movies was just doing a in Harry Potter, there's not like a lot of, I feel,
he had
insane
stunt doubles?
stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like being pulled back into a little foam thing and he got paralyzed from the neck down or something. And him and Daniel Radcliffe have been really close friends. I feel like it's a little bit like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck. Like,
that
but
could have
also
been
it's
me.
not his fault.
Yeah.
But they have like a documentary together now about friendship and maybe stuntmen. But
That
just
also,
crazy. Like just kind of a basic stunt. You're just fucked for life.
I kind of feel like if I was a stunt man and people found out that was the stunt that paralyzed me, I'd be a little bit upset.
Not a great stunt man.
Yeah, like what paralyzed you? Was it some badass stunt in like an awesome action movie?
Is it a backflip and Cradle to the Grave? No.
It was one of those lame wizard ones where they hit me with the Expelliarmus or whatever and I slide across the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I slid into a neck breaker and
those foam pits, I didn't realize how dangerous they were because you see people doing like BMX stunts.
Gone.
Yeah, and then she got.
Did they break? Did they break?
Like her lower lumbar.
Ugh.
Yeah, which is horrific. I've had back problems once, which weren't even like bad. Just like what a lot of people would consider just like, oh, herniated disc. It makes you so like.
I've pulled my back a couple times, and you genuinely.
People
like,
with like ongoing fucked up backs, I really feel for them. And that does suck.
But worse, and all the time, I'd be popping pills. I'd be drinking bottles. I'd be doing anything to get the pain away, just so I could move.
I have a family member that she was in. I think she was in the army, and during PT,
the girl army.
Yeah, they had her.
Oh.
Well, what was funny was she was going to be like an MP, and
massive pussy.
Yeah. And I kind of I hope she doesn't hear this. I hope she doesn't hear this because she's like 100 pounds. Like, lady, the MPs like they're usually fucking dealing with like drunk ass dudes on base. Yeah. Like she's gonna get fucking beat the hell out of. They're just gonna pick her up and throw her on the ground and crack her head if she was an MP. But thankfully, she ended up getting her vertebrae crushed in some sort of accident. Accident.
Horse kick to the neck.
Yeah. No, it was like halfway down her back. She has her vertebrae crushed, and this is a classic example of the VA. She goes to the doctors and she's like, "Yeah, they're like, hey, yeah, your vertebrae are all fucked up. You need to have them fused." And so then she's like, "Okay, will you pay for it?" And they're like, "Let's send you to the surgeon." And the surgeon goes, "Oh, you're too young to have your vertebrae fused." And she's like, "So what do I do?" And they're like, "I guess just live with your vertebrae all like gravel." And so she can drive for, I think, 30 minutes and then her legs fall asleep. And so she has to stop and walk around and she kind of like hobbles. She's like 29, 30 years old, maybe. And she's like stuck in this loop of just, my back is fucked. And they're like, yeah, it's fucked. They're acknowledging it. And they're like, will you fix it? No, that's only for old people. She's like, I'm a person that's suffering from, I guess, maybe 40s before they're willing to do a back fusing surgery. But I don't know. I don't know if Bizzle wants me to talk about this, but I remember he found like a mole on his thigh and he was like, that wasn't there like a month ago. And so he went in to go get a biopsy. It took him like 9 months to get into a person that would take a biopsy for his thigh mole. And, you know, if that was like skin cancer, it probably would have fucking killed him by then because some of that stuff's pretty aggressive. But I don't know. Back injuries and stuff, they kind of scare me. I remember
that is horrible.
After TwitchCon, we like laughed about the lady breaking her back because it is kind of it is kind of funny.
Well, I could have been me because I wanted.
It was me. Once again, all the horrible episodes are me and Brian because you're the boy next door. You're our moral compass. Without you, I just go astray. Have you seen a solo stream from me?
My name is Earl. Okay,
it's just
man.
A bunch of bad shit.
I'm just trying to be a better person. My name is Earl.
I'm not. I'm trying. I'm a good person in my personal life. On the internet, I try to be as bad as possible, and that's why I need you here. All right. Without you, I just go off the fucking rails.
Don't tell the viewers that they're going to sign a petition to kick my ass out of here.
No.
Let's hear it all uncut. I want to hear it rated R.
You don't want to hear it uncut. It gets real bad real quick. I remember Stalt got a message from some lady, and she was like, I listened to that episode, and it made me unsub. It made me leave.
It's money we're losing, you bitch. Like,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
But you and Brian just went off on this.
Well, we were all fucking hopped up on those Mike's Hard Lemonades.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those things will make you
I'll do it. They'll make you sexist.
Yeah. I'll make you go crazy.
Lucky I don't have a sugar glass bottle by me when I see a woman after I've had a Mike's Hard.
Couple of those, dude. When you're right teetering on the edge of drunk and having a diabetic coma, that's...
You take a sugar glass and then stab with it. It would still hurt.
Well, that's what I was thinking about the whole, like, beating Bizzle, like... on the hike with all those things, like, because obviously one of the shots would have to be someone cracking a bottle against a tree and then going after him with the neck. That would still, just getting stabbed with sugar.
It's real.
It still has to hurt, I'm assuming.
Stop. It's real. You're really selling it. Keep going. Kick him in the ribs. Oh.
Dude, this stunt blood looks great.
Slingshot with the blood capsule in it.
It doesn't even burst, so there's no transfer. There's no transfer of energy. Looks like he get hit by a rock
and pops in his brain. His ears shoot out blood.
Oh my
god! What did you do to me? Oh my god! That's so.
We have to get him to be. He's only going to be able to have the physicality for such beatings in his 30s. Like once he hits his 40s, he's gonna turn frail. So
we got 10 video ideas in the next couple of years.
We'll never tell him the story about the stunt double that got paralyzed from just sliding across the floor because we got some wild shit prepped for him.
Well, he got to be like best friends with Harry Potter after, so.
Hey, if he gets paralyzed on this hiking trip, he gets to be best friends with a YouTuber.
Yeah.
That's the one thing keeping him from being best friends.
I've got glasses like Harry Potter, and I have a little scar. Yeah. Cool. You were saying something about something. I cut you off with that slingshot up the nose, but
it wasn't anything good. I don't know.
You want to talk more about shooting blood capsules at people?
Yeah. I will say we did touch on having more mindful consumption habits for substances.
Oh,
and during that therapy episode, if you weren't able to stomach it, it was about halfway through. There was a guy that did nothing but smoke weed all day, and I'm in the middle of. I got a couple days actually before I can smoke again. I was doing a tolerance break, and I've decided I'm going to come back to it and be more mindful about I want to enhance whatever situation I'm in. Now's the time to smoke.
I'm eating, any show I'm watching.
Oh, dude, if I see Abby up there whipping up something good, she just made some oatmeal cream pies.
It tastes like dog shit when you smoke weed, Abby.
Dude, there was one time where...
out of my mind, it's just going to taste like dirt.
There was one time she was making chicken fajitas upstairs, and I went upstairs and I smelled them, and I was like, I will be right back. I know it's 5 o'clock, but I'll be right back. I went downstairs. I was like, those look so fucking good. I went downstairs, smoked an insane amount, and she was like, I was in the middle of just enjoying the shit out of it, and I had a moment of clarity where I looked at her, and she was just like, she had like half a bite in her mouth, just looking at me because I was just making love to this food. If you've ever seen that movie Death Proof, where Kurt Russell's just going to town on some nachos at the end of the bar, and one of the girls is like,
the Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in forever. I don't remember the nacho scene.
Everybody's like, they're like, that guy's a stunt car driver, and they go, that guy, and the camera pans to him, and he's just going like, just destroying some nachos. Yeah. That's what I was doing, and she was like, what the fuck are you doing over there? I'm sorry, dude.
It's so good.
A little sour cream on my fingers, fingering my mouth. And yeah, I've done that before. Biting my lip. Yeah, I've done that before where I know I'm going to enjoy some dinner. I'll fucking smoke beforehand.
Dude, yeah,
but
it's
when it comes to just like absent-minded smoking, like I realized I was doing that to the point where I wasn't even enjoying the after effect.
No.
And when I realized that, I was like, I gotta stop. I gotta take a tolerance break. Plus, it's getting fucking expensive. So, and by expensive, I mean I'm having to buy my own for the first time.
Oh my god! Yeah,
I had to buy weed once, and I was like,
"What the fuck are you?"
Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
God, you never had to go through those like early stages of getting scammed by people in like parking lots or anything, or like pulling up to a sketchy apartment and a guy comes out of the shadows.
No, this is why it's important to let your mind fully develop and only start smoking after 25. You know.
Yeah.
That way,
True.
I was this noodle was baked completely before I got it baked.
Mine was
afterwards.
baked incompletely and half baked, weed baked, and there's
triple
weed
baked over before it should have been. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I wonder, like, what would I be? Maybe an opera singer if I hadn't smoked weed. Where would I be in my life? Some sort of
you
stunt
don't want to know. I'm sure if you could have like that window,
if I could click a button and see me.
Yeah,
I'm kissing my wife and my kids.
You got a suit on. You got
honey, I'm going to my awesome work.
Holding a W-2 up to the camera. Big number. Benefits.
They
dental.
take taxes out, so I don't have to pay it all at once. Holy fuck. Let me have your life.
The biggest kryptonite to fucking YouTubers is the tax game, dude. When tax season comes around, some of these guys they're just sweating.
I'll do a subathon. I'll do anything. I'll shave my fucking head for $1. Yeah, it's when
there's a lot of libertarian style conversations in January.
We gotta change. We gotta change some things.
Yeah.
Taxation without representation is theft.
I want a streamer in Congress.
You don't even vote. Yeah, what are you,
one guy in fucking Congress with RGB headphones on.
Yeah. I want representation.
They all have those little desk mics, and he has like a full mic arm. Yeah.
I guess I could have just physically done that right there. Let me pantomime what it'd be like putting down a squeaky mic arm. I don't know what that's like in real life. I do not know what that's like. Yeah, that would be funny. I wish I could think of any funnier things for a congressman that's a streamer, but I've got nothing. He's got that squeaky arm. He's got a keyboard. About it.
I know we talked about it, but I love that. I still love that picture of the guy from. He's like the Papua New Guinea Aboriginal representative in the UN, and he's in this very cold UN room, and he's wearing his tribal clothing, which is just a penis gourd, and that's it. Yeah. And everybody else is wearing like power suits and fucking like full suits.
He's wearing the real power suit there, though.
He is, dude.
Penis gourd.
That's it.
Huge gourd.
And you can tell, like, people are like, dude, do you need like a blanket or something? Like, it's crisp in here. And he's just like, man, I'm shriveled up in this gourd. Yeah. I'm only using a quarter of it.
You can hear it clinking around, hollow. Yeah.
Anyways, back to mindful consumption. I've started I was thinking, hey, since I'm gonna sit there and mindfully consume weed, I was doing the same thing with caffeine. Like now, I don't just wake up and start downing coffee. Yeah. I sit there and make a latte, and I go, I'm gonna use this for the caffeine. I thought,
fuck, this is good.
I was thinking the same thing about nicotine. I've never been a nicotine guy, and I don't get the vibe that I'm capable, not capable, obviously, but a person that easily gets addicted to stuff. I don't have like an addictive personality. I've realized that I think it skips a generation of my family. My grandfather was kind of the same, but then his father was an alcoholic, and then his daughter was an alcoholic, which is my mom, and then now I'm here. And so my kids are going to be fucked up in the future for sure. But I've been pretty resistant to just like habitually doing stuff. And so I got some of these Zins. Oh. Which is like, instead of smoking cigarettes, it causes cancer and stuff. So I was like, hey, instead of doing that, this is just nicotine, right? And so I
would never in my life have expected you to pull up a pack of Zins.
So this is just 100% nicotine. And Tucker Carlson?
Yeah.
I'm a huge Tucker fan.
This is every frat guy in America.
Yeah. No, I watched a podcast with him. It was him on Theo. What's that guy? Theo Vaughn's podcast. Yeah. And it's funny now that he's like not being fed propaganda. He's just like a normal guy, and he was talking to Theo Vaughn about smoking cigarettes. And he's like, nicotine's like a wonderful drug. Like it gives you like mental acuity. It gives you, it gives you like a sort of like you're cognitively a little bit sharper, and it helps keep you awake. I'm like, oh, it's basically like caffeine. It's classic trope. People trying to work hard at night. They're sipping coffee, smoking cigarettes and stuff. I've tried smoking a cigarette like once or twice in my life. My body rejects it. Like the smoke hurts my lungs. You have to be
pretty drunk.
Yeah, it's
or at least I do. I have to have a couple beers to smooth it out before I can smoke just a cigarette.
Yeah, it's harsh on my lungs. So I was like, oh, maybe I can just get the feeling of nicotine to see whether or not I like it through Zins. Nicotine fucking sucks, dude. This is the worst goddamn drug I've ever tried in my life. Have you guys ever heard of Adderall? All right, if you want mental acuity, this is fucking, to
get your hands on, dude.
Get a wife that has ADD and steal her drugs and then leave her scrounging around the house going, why can't I concentrate on things? It's because I take it.
2 left, and I'm saving the last one to make an appointment to be like, do I need these? Like, I'm gonna go talk to a doctor.
Dude, they're like limitless pills, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, when you're running low on them, you're like, oh shit, like
I'm about to be a normal guy again. Oh fuck.
I'm planning my day around them.
I'm glad you didn't like the Zins. Because
it just makes your head go like fuzzy, and I get lightheaded. That's it. What the hell? That doesn't make me sharper.
Well, my roommate his uncle just buys like massive packs of like Nicorette, like nicotine gum, and for a while he would bring them over, and I mean those kind of rock like in a weird like you just like chew it up, and then it's kind of like a Zen but a little more fun. And then Zins, I don't really like. I don't know. I mean, they're okay. Listen,
I don't know.
Once again, I'm drunk.
I have no tolerance, so I don't know. But this is like the most insane amount of nicotine.
What is that? A 3 milligrams in?
I don't know. I feel like I'm getting uppercutted by how much is in here.
Are you swallowing all the juice right away that's making in your mouth?
Should I not?
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, it's 6 milligrams.
Yeah, you're probably getting a fucking stomach ache too, huh?
No, I wasn't. My stomach can handle anything, dude. I'll eat anything. I don't give a shit.
Sugar glass.
Yeah, sugar glass.
Blood.
Zin. I don't care.
Packet Zin. Yeah. So you don't want those in, so you're going to get rid of them?
Yeah, I'm probably going to chuck them. Yeah, they're not
you
great.
shouldn't throw them away. Just leave them there for whenever I
when
come
you
down.
show up, yeah. I'll keep them here in my little side table. Because I was thinking if I use substances like almost like BioShock, I'm about to get into a fight, I load up whatever thing I need.
You're like the only person I've seen that's like actively like, well, I want to try to get into nicotine.
Yeah,
I'm going to.
What people smoke it and then they go like, I'm gonna. Yeah, they must like it in some way. It's
People
not the
are always
smoke.
Like, whatever you do, kid, don't smoke. Like, don't
I'm not smoking. I'm zinning.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what's funny is I was telling my brother this plan. He was like, "Don't fucking do it, man." Because my brother's full ass addicted. He's jumped from smoking cigarettes to dip to chew to smoking cigarettes to. I don't think he's ever tried vaping. I'm like, maybe you should do that. Yeah. It's not like cancerous in the same way.
My dad vapes now on like a low nicotine vape, and every like family function, he's like, "Yeah, you want to try a little hit?" I'm like, guys, thing don't got enough. My brother's been fully addicted to cigarettes for a long time. My mom was, and then she's the only one that quit cold turkey. But everyone growing up was always like, "Sam, if you ever smoke, like we're gonna fucking kill you. Like, don't you ever do that." And I don't know, at a certain point it's like it's kind of fun after I've had a couple beers or something, but
it's a cool factor too. Everybody looks badass smoking a cigarette. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It definitely is an image,
especially a guy like me. But I really hate, since that party there was an Elf bar left here, which is just a vape, and I've been like at night, been like I am now getting to the point where like I wake up in the morning and I feel like, like I feel gross. And I'm like, I don't want that feeling for the rest of my life. Like that's, I guess talk to my friends. They're like, yeah, first thing I do when I wake up, I reach for it and then I smoke it. I've seen in college, dude, people were so addicted to Juuls in Indiana. Probably everywhere, but it felt like it hit harder here.
Yeah.
Everyone freshman year, sophomore year. They're just ripping them in class. They're ripping them in their beds, like every fucking where they are. I don't know. It's just gross. Like I have enough vices. I'm trying to not pick up another one. It seems like it's a losing battle, though. I don't know if you noticed during the entire therapist podcast, I was just putting that L4 behind the pipes and just going like, to make it look like the vape or the pipe had smoke in it.
Yeah.
Which is like, this is a bit. Also, I'm just ripping the hell out of an elf bar the entire time. And then we're done. I'm like,
you need to try that dumbass product, the fume or whatever. Fume. We talked about it like 2 episodes ago. It was like a stupid sponsor where they're like, you get this. It's like, it looks like a vape, and all it is just like an air freshener in a stick, and you just like breathe air that's flavored.
I remember like Wubby and someone else at TwitchCon, they have like nicotineless elf bars. They're like, it's just for the oral fixation. Like it helps you wean off.
Nicotineless elf bar. That's like, that's just fucking up your lungs. No drug aspect to it? That's not worth it, I don't think.
I don't know. Also, dude, I've been, kind of like hanging out with a person, seeing someone a little, and they're very into chops, which is just like crushed up cigarette and weed combined. Very dangerous game to be, getting into. Because it's like you take the filter out of the equation and the cigarette, and it's like, what am I doing to myself? Why do I feel like this all the time?
Dude, I am not going crazy or anything, but is one of your eyes like significantly higher up than the other one?
Hey man, am I going crazy? You have fucked up eyes. Yeah. I don't think it's significantly higher. I think my eyes are a little wonky, but I don't think.
Oh, well, your camera keeps going in and out, and then when it when the pixels start coming back,
my head one goes higher up. I don't know if that's the kind of sensation
no,
you're talking about.
It's fine once you like straighten your head up. I think it was an optical illusion. You look like a flounder where one of your eyes was like walking away from the other one.
I'm not seriously self-conscious now. Thanks.
Yeah, you should lower that thing. Get that thing lowered. Maybe tilt your head like this.
It's the Botox in my forehead is pushing my eye down. pushing mine's freeing up more forehead.
Yeah, maybe your eyes aren't all cattywampus. Maybe my fucking glasses are bent from somebody. I know they are. Every time I put on my fucking glasses, they're so askew and fucked up from somebody.
That
Somebody.
guy.
Okay. Yeah, that guy. That fucking evil man bent my glasses.
Slinging.
Yeah.
That's the nicest man. That's good. Everyone's had a bad day once. I had a bad day once.
I've never fucked up somebody else's glasses.
Yeah. I fucked up my own glasses a lot. I've broken so many pairs, but now, so you've seen what I do to my shoes, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the process. Now imagine what I do to a pair of glasses. I just kind of slowly widen
with
them.
Those eyes? Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
you shift the lens
eyes.
up higher.
Goddamn, yeah. No, my fucking head is just so big that I just slowly, like, over time, taking them off, putting them on, like, they go like that now.
You don't have to widen the arms to put them over your head, dude. Just slide them.
People's heads, you do. Why do I wear this hat so much? It's the only hat they sell at the freak store. If its head's as big as mine.
Oh, Abby actually went out of her way to measure my head.
Whoa.
And
was she trying to see if you were Jewish or something? Like,
yeah. Well, she was trying to understand why I think so good compared to her.
Key and Peele skit.
And so she measured my head, and it turns out that a large hat or extra large hat, or one size fits all, only goes up to 22 inches in diameter. I have a 24-inch head. And so that's why
all my ass.
Yeah, and so that's why every hat I buy, it never fits unless it's a big old stretchy hat like this. And so even the hats with like the little adjustable clips or whatever, like I go to the last one, my head is too fat for those. So
dude, yeah, I know. I see 1,000. I've got like 10 really cool hats that I cannot wear, and it's so just like they're like, what do I do with them?
At Omega Mart, there was the coolest bucket hat of all time. Put it on my head. It just made me look like a cone head because
a bucket hat.
A bucket hat wouldn't fit on my head.
My graduation picture I've got it in the kitchen from high school because it's got like my roommate and a bunch of our friends in it. Everyone's like decked out, everything. First off, I'm the only one that didn't get like any accolades of like no cool banner, sash, anything. My fucking hat doesn't fit on my head, like my cap.
Oh yeah, the cap
squeezing up. It looks like a yarmulke
with a little silk part.
Yeah,
so
like in half.
Like
I immediately had to take it off and just be like, "Oh fuck this!" Like throw that shit away. And in every picture, I'm like, I don't even look like I'm at graduation. Like I look like I'm one of their parents or something. But yeah, I remember putting that on and being like, "What the fuck?" Like. I didn't wear a lot of hats in high school. I mean, you couldn't wear hats in high school, so I never wore them. And then I don't know if my head got bigger or what, but I remember college freshman year, like when I started streaming, I wore a hat like every day. I wore the same hat all the time. And I went a couple of years, no hat. Now I'm back. And it's all about finding that special hat that kind of just like squeezes enough to give me a light headache, but not enough to make me like lose vision.
Yeah. It's kind of like what I was doing, consciously trying out drugs. It's like you got to find the right hat to squeeze your head good enough so that it thinks good.
What's going to help me work harder? I got to get this thing off me. I got to be done with work. I remember once at my old merch store, I tested one of those hats. It fit on my head, and I was like, holy shit, okay. Some guy emailed me. Was like, hey, man, your hats are too small. Like, dude, I replied to him like, man, I swear to God, like, that's not on me because it fits me and most hats don't. So, like, you probably have this issue everywhere. Like, don't bring this shit to me. Don't act surprised that the streamer's hats are too small for your head. Like, you need to go to big and tall or something. Like, you need to go to wide and long. You're not going to find a hat here that, like, you must have a really fucking, like, Peyton Manning head. I don't know.
My dad's dad had some
Your
sort of he had some. Well, I never really met him. He died before I was a big boy, but he was in the service, and they always said like he had a big head, and I didn't understand what they meant by that until I'm a grown ass man and I got my grandfather's cadet cap. The little one that they make like hot dog stand guys wear, like whatever that little canoe thing
people
is.
At Steak and Shake.
Yeah, they had to custom make his. It sits on my head, and like the tip of it, like it looks like a fucking Robin Hood hat where there's like inches on the front and back where it's huge. It's huge. And it turns out he had a huge, like, apple-sized brain tumor in the middle of his brain, and they were like, we can't get rid of it because it'll kill you, and it doesn't seem to be harming you, and it's probably always been there. That's why your head's so fucking big. You see pictures of this guy? He looks like Stewie from Family Guy. His head is he's just got a huge head, insanely large.
You got to find a picture and show me at some point.
It's actually, have you seen, like, it's like Stewie before his head gets football shaped, and they're like how he got football shaped. He's jumping up and down on the bed, and his head hits the ceiling, and then it squishes it down. He looks like Stewie before that happened. Just a big fucking round head, and he has about 7 hairs that he's combed over and tries to spread these hairs across this giant dome of a head.
Yeah.
And
each one of those hairs is like 2 feet long.
Yes, exactly. You would sit there and grease them across like the front part. But if you see him from the back, completely just shiny back here, you're just like, just from the front, baby, it's gonna look good. I wish I could. When I go that bald, I think I'm gonna commit to doing the comb over because it's funny. It is kind of funny to be like the comb over guy.
It's not me holding on to it. It's just funny.
It's funny.
It is, yeah. I mean, especially, I don't know, just with I think your viewers will love that.
Yeah, I think that's really, hilarious.
Really,
and then I play into it and go like, what are you guys talking about? This is my hair. Don't touch it. Don't. Like, anytime someone goes to touch it, I get really defensive. Yeah. Do not touch.
Can't go out in the wind at all.
Have you seen those videos of like it's this lady that does I think it's called what are those called where it's toupee, it's like the toupee queen or something like that, and she styles guys' hair, like shaves them and then puts on glue it. Yeah, they glue it and everything. I just imagine if that's in summer, like how hot is that thing glued on bare to your head?
Dude. Yeah, I've taken off shin guards before, and there's been like shin cream from my sweat building up. Like, you pull that off, it's probably
yeah.
Got a nice crop of cheese up there, head cheese.
Yeah, and I would be afraid of any sort of relationships you make with that on, because then the next time, like even like a business thing, even like even if you like go out to a bar and you like meet somebody, it's like I can't go back to that bar without it now. Because they're going to be like, where did your awesome hair go?
I've seen those on TikTok, and the people are always like, look. I think those last for like a month or something.
Without washing your head skin?
I think you can wash. I don't really. I think you should get one that is like long blonde hair. Like Fabio hair, I think would be awesome.
And just see what it's like?
Yeah. Just like... Oh my God. You wouldn't have to grow it. You wouldn't have to work for it or anything.
That would be cool.
Pay probably a lot of money. Yeah. And you get like a month of.
Well, if I was.
What would Abby think?
If I go to get that done, the last thing I would want is for the lady to broadcast it on her super famous TikTok.
I know. I've seen those, and the guys are always like.
Their eyes are bugged out.
See, there's no stigma against this anymore. Guys are proud. And the
guy's like, I'm not fucking proud, dude.
Look how confident he is after. Look at his smile. I'm like, well, now a million people know that he's a liar and that he's tricking you. Yeah. And the stigma's even worse now. This guy's a liar and a fucking bald freak. Yep. Yeah. It is crazy though. They at the beginning they're always like, and then they get their hair smiling. Hey, I've got my hair. It's good at
it is remarkable, like the age difference, like hair gives you.
Oh, like how some people literally look 40 and then they get it and it's like I'm 25.
It's astounding.
I'm 18. I just got bad genetic. Yeah, it is pretty crazy. I mean, if you have like Larry David pattern hair, you're going to just look old, like regardless.
Well, have you seen like Larry David in the early 80s? He
still have that? Like
he just looks the same age. Like he's always looked that age. I would be so kind of put out if I was Larry to just be one look forever, forever and always. Yeah. He's
sure
just
didn't
always
look like that when he was like a kid.
He had a little, he had.
When was he a kid? Like the 30s? Like
that's true. That's true. But like, Seinfeld, for example, has turned into different people throughout his life. He's like, there's young Jerry, there's adult Jerry, and then there's, Jerry during the Seinfeld years, which is like effeminate Jerry. And then there's Jerry now, where he's got shorter hair and he wears like a little business suit with an open collar, no tie. And Larry David has just looked like Larry David since the early 80s. It's astounding.
I mean, that might be better to like, you're established. A lot of old people say, I look in the mirror, I don't recognize the man I'm seeing. I know
exactly who this is.
I know what I'm going to see because I've been seeing it every day for the past 40 years.
That's true.
And, Jerry Seinfeld looks in the mirror and goes, you old fucker. You're a hack.
Yeah.
Larry David, not so much.
Not so much.
Like, what if you could look like exactly how you look right now forever?
Nah, I'm good. I'm currently not working out. I'm eating like shit. Abby keeps making baked goods every day, and
dangerous.
I'm putting on the holiday weight. But it's
jolly weight.
Yeah, it's jolly. I do have this kimchi sweater, by the way.
I was wondering what that was. It's cool.
Yeah, kimchi merch. Actually good. Look, kimchi character. It's got the items. It's got, there's some Akronites on the back. It's got the Shek. Huh? It's
cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. And it's cozy.
One that says good. Merry Christmas, and it's got an alcoholic Santa that's dying of being a drunk or something.
He's really red-faced.
Yeah, he looks very jolly.
Yeah. I would, if I was Santa Claus, I would have to be fucking hitting the sauce, dude. I wouldn't be able to keep that shit up. It'd be like a tradition like that. 5 years maybe, it would bring me joy, and then very quickly it would be a chore. There's this there's a family in town that they built up doing lights and everything, and everybody goes like, oh, let's drive by their house, it's really cool. And then now they're expected every year to do it bigger and better.
Yeah.
They sync up their lights to the fucking radio station that does Christmas music, so as you drive by you can tune into the radio, and the lights are blinking in tune with the music. I'm sure it's a fucking hazard for nuts. People flying planes at night or something get blinded by this fucking yard full of lights. I'm talking the ground is covered in just net lighting. Like you can't even walk in their yard or anything. I would probably think that's cool for like the first 4 years I did it. They've been doing it for 16 years.
Yeah, I mean,
the electric bill you get is not worth it. Whatever it is.
Just the amount of work. Like, I put up 4 lights this year inside my house, not even outside. And I'm like, Like, I'm tuckered out, putting up 1 million lights all around, making them sync up to radio.
Yeah, nah,
That's
I'm
too
good.
much. I mean, surely they have years and years of experience, but what if it's what brings their family together, What if it's their little tradition? What I am now more interested in are Christmas villages. And, little blinking Christmas villages. I've always loved those little guys. You know what I'm talking about. And, you can look in their little window and they're,
you're talking about the little ceramic ones that you plug in? Yeah, those are cool. Yeah.
I have
Very
3 currently.
Tale-esque.
And it's now become a full year. We have them on a part in our house where I have snow and I've got the village and like little fences and trees. And we just left it up year round, and now it's back. And, during Halloween, we put some pumpkins in it. But I had my prized jewel of my village was a ski resort one where the skiers physically, you'd turn it on. They would ski down the hill and then go up a lift. I'd never seen something that, like, dynamic and moving, involved. And my mom saw him and was like, God, like, you've got to get. My mom loves Christmas villages, too, even though she's got, like, a way better one. So, like, bitch, like, this is kind of the start of my legacy.
Yeah.
But we got in a massive fight at one point, and I was like, oh, my God, can I just shortcut to the part where we're fucking fine? So I just drove to her house and gave her that. I'm like, okay.
Wait,
like
she pouted until you gave her the...
Women, right?
Bitch, dude, what the hell?
Well, she didn't really ask for it. inner pouting. I just knew, like,
That
okay,
was
well, she
the
really
source
wants
of-
this.
yeah.
Like, no, that wasn't the source of the argument.
Oh, okay.
She
That
had
was
just
the
made-
Band-Aid.
She coveted it a lot, and then we had a separate argument, and I was like, okay, well, if I just probably fucking go give her this.
Yeah.
And it worked, and we haven't been in a fight in months or anything. But now there's a ski slopes size hole in my Christmas village, and she sent me a picture like a week ago, like, look how awesome it is, and all the people are going down the hill. And I do have, though, I forgot, I also have a Cracker Barrel. That's a little ceramic Cracker Barrel that's at her house. That one is mine. I can go pick that up sometime. But
I like those because they kind of have a lot of the craftsmanship that a nativity scene has without it being
but
a
with
fucking,
cooler.
Yeah, without you seeming like a fucking dork that has a nativity scene.
Have you seen too? They have those same like I haven't seen them on that bidding site. They have a lot of like port related ones, like lighthouse and boat ports and stuff. I've never seen that. And also there's a Halloween series made by the people that do the Christmas ones where it's haunted houses and stuff.
Wait,
But I saw
there's production houses that are known for the miniature villages.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I saw a funny video, though, that the Halloween Town one is, like, creatively bankrupt, even though they could do anything.
Yeah.
They did, like, a haunted house, and then they just made, like, 10 more haunted houses. And then one of their accessories is a billboard for a haunted house. And I can't remember who's making the video, but they're like, so what's the lore here? Like, people know these houses are really haunted. Now, like, they're selling tours to the haunt. It's just, like, stupid.
Yeah.
But the Christmas Town ones, you got all sorts of stuff. You know, there's even got a fucking Cracker Barrel. But
That's not very Christmassy, I don't think, a Cracker Barrel.
what is my family? You know, I used to go there when I was a kid. My grandma loves cracker. Why don't I should just give that? I'll probably have to give that to my grandma. I don't think I'll ever get in an argument with my grandma, but if we do, here you go. Here's a Cracker Barrel.
I like how that's your mending
Village.
thing for your mom.
It's
It's
not-
like, here's.
I mean, it was just a shortcut.
yeah.
Of like,
here's the olive
I
branch.
can't even remember what we were arguing about, but my mom is.
Were you in the wrong?
I mean, no, dude. I mean, probably not. My mom is like a classic.
Yeah.
She can't really be wrong. Arguments probably giving me some complexes, but I don't know. We argue. I love my mom. You know, she's very cool. She keeps it tight. You know, but we argue a lot because apparently we're too similar. Is what everyone always says. I'm like, I'm not like that bitch, dude. Don't tell me that. I'm just kidding. But no, we're good. Like we have a good relationship. But when we argue, we're definitely both like pretty set on.
Yeah.
I'm in
Those
the
are
right
the best
here.
arguments because there's no bad guy. You know,
Yeah,
it's
well-
always just like a butting of heads. It's like who is right. You know,
I
that's
always
when you
have
need
to
like
become
a
Ben
mediator.
Shapiro, though, where I'm like, okay, well, logically, like, it does not care about your feelings.
Yeah.
Because my mom's always like, well, it doesn't really have any, like, basis
It
for the
just-
argument.
by the-
I'm like, okay, here's the example. Like, here's the clear cut. She's like, no. Like, I hate that. I'm like, okay, fuck. God damn it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, okay.
Well, so usually when it gets to the point of conflict, you can't really like talk your way out of it. Also, that is a annoyingly like female trait. Like when Abby's upset, it's everybody's problem. Yeah, like the whole family, it's their problem. If Dad's upset, they're like, "Fuck off, Dad, get out of here!"
Yeah.
Until you feel better, you piece of
Your
shit.
goon cave.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, asshole. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, time stands still when Mom's upset, but when Dad's upset, it's because he's having a little tantrum over something.
Not fair.
Not fair, dude. What the hell?
You should get all hyped up about this and go upstairs and be pissed off
Yeah.
at Abby. I've been thinking a lot. Shut up,
Yeah,
Sam. Go
we've been,
back down there.
we've been doing some talking.
Yeah.
She'd be
Pooh and
like-
I've been talking about you.
You'd get a fucking angry text or
Yeah.
something about it.
Who the fuck do you think you are? You fuck. Yeah, Abby's scary just from you were on the phone the other day and you're like, okay, Abby's glaring at me and she's like, get the fuck off the phone. She's like, get off the phone or get out of here.
I was on the back porch and I was watching the kids and they just happened to be fighting over, like one would get on the tricycle and want to get on the fucking little scooter thing, the Razor scooter. And then once they were on it, they'd be like, no, I want the Razor scooter. And they were just swapping and like, but they were so tired. They were so tired that if anything would just cause them to go like, ah! Like instantly cry. And I'm sitting there talking to you on the phone, just like laughing at it. Like I thought it was funny because it was so nothing. But if there's any tears being shed, it just drives Abby crazy. Like it makes her lactate or something. I don't know what the hell's going on there. Crazy makes motherly her go on her
period or something.
Yeah. Moms can't handle crying children. I think it's funny personally. So sometimes I make them cry by raining down blows on them. But
just make that noise.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's lactating.
So they were just like fighting, and I was just on the phone, and she comes out and she's just like, get the fuck off the phone and parent. You can't let them fight over stuff. I'm like, they're not really fighting. They're just independently crying on different toys, acting like they're
just little babies.
Yeah, they're just being little bitches, dude. Yeah. They're not babies anymore. One's 5. Like a 5-year-old.
They're being babies.
Yeah, they're just being babies. Yeah.
You're 5. It's time for you to get a job.
But like as the dad, I would never just like interrupt her phone call and be like, get the fuck off the phone. Like, have you ever thought of doing more
of a you and Abby thing?
No, that's
you and Abby are like my mom and I. Yeah. Which one of us is in the weird relationship here?
Definitely me and Abby. We have a strange one. Yeah,
but
like if I turned around and did that to her, the heart would be broken. She would sulk for days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if I talked to myself the way that I talk to other people, I would be fine with it. But Abby's like one of the few people I've met where she's like, she'll talk to someone, and if that person turned around and did that back to her, she'd be like, what the fuck? You're like the biggest asshole.
Why?
Which is funny because she's married to me. Like, of course I'm not going to curb the way I talk to her just because it's her. Yeah, so
you should take her heckling at a comedy club.
Yeah.
Abby, heckle this guy. This is hilarious.
Yeah. Get absolutely eviscerated. I should get her to go up there and do it. Abby, you're really funny. Get up there on the open mic, and then we heckle her.
Yeah. Boo! Hit her with a sugar glass bottle. Shoot her with a squib. That would imagine doing a like open mic night and like popping a squib on yourself. Be like, oh, like I really pissed that guy. Oh shit, he's got a gun. I mean, actually,
faking a mass shooting in a club. Yeah, that's funny.
That might be illegal, but it would also like be an awesome TikTok.
It would be. But I feel like that's kind of along the same vein as like yelling fire in a packed theater. Yeah.
There's a real shooter there. Oh, he got me. Oh, he got me. Oh, he's throwing a real glass bottle at me. Just having some guy walk up and hit you in the head with a sugar glass bottle, though, wouldn't be illegal.
No, I don't think it would be. Well, people aren't afraid of mass bottle smashers. They're afraid of mass shooters.
Yeah.
So I think you can...
It's a fine line.
Yeah, it's a very fine line.
It's something about the chamber, maybe. I don't know what the difference is. They've both got an opening, and they've got stuff.
Ponder on that for a little bit.
Yeah.
The difference between opening onto a crowd of people with a firearm and smashing a fake glass bottle.
It's not a real firearm, though. It's a fake one. You can even go, this is a fake gun.
There's not a lot of collateral damage in a bottle smash, I think, is the difference.
Yeah. Unless if I really sidearm that,
that's
really through
true.
that fucker,
yeah,
it could hit one guy in the head and shards, 100 more could die from
that's
the glass shards flying into the crowd.
Jesus Christ. Are
you
like a baseball pitcher? Like 98 miles per hour bottle throw.
I do more of a softball underarm.
Yeah, Damn.
They can really fucking throw those things.
They can, yeah. It's
for girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They can really throw.
Yeah,
for a ball this big.
Yeah, those big ass giant soft balls they throw. Underhand, they can really throw them fast. I think some of them break 45, 50 miles per hour. Very impressive. Yeah.
They just gave him a baseball. Imagine how fucking fast they could throw it.
Yeah.
Gave him like a real baseball. They could. Goddamn, they could.
Although
shoot that
the
fucker.
biggest argument I've heard for the underhand throw is that the softball pitchers never have to get shoulder surgery. Like they don't, and elbow surgery. Like Major League Baseball pitchers, it's only a matter of time. Their career is very limited before, and they can only do so many pitches, practice pitches a day at full strength before they're
cartilage or something.
Yeah,
ligaments.
It's damaging their shoulder. It's a very unnatural throw. It's very damaging to your shoulder.
Whereas an underhand cycle toss is actually kind of what our ancestors used to hit deer with.
No,
rocks.
there's no way we hunted. Everybody like, yeah, Neanderthals weren't winding up fucking cartoon pitches, underhand pitches like that.
If you had a big club and you hit someone with that motion,
true.
it probably.
I'm sure David took out Goliath with the sling like that. He probably did an underhand. Have you seen those videos of people doing like sling hits?
Shooting us. Yeah, actually. And it's. Oh.
Yeah. They throw a rock and it hits a big piece of granite and it just explodes like a hand grenade.
I believe a little guy would kill like a 6 foot tall dude with this.
I think you could kill a fucking elephant with one of those, dude. Damn.
Yeah, sure. Actually, it's not that impressive. He had like a gun. It's a guy with a gun versus a tall dude. Like holy shit. Yeah.
Like a biblically tall guy back when food wasn't that available. Like I'm sure Goliath was probably just like 6'6" or something.
Yeah. Well, how is the guy with the insane weapon the one at a disadvantage here? It's like a story of triumph. Like it would have been more impressive if that guy tanked.
Well, because he was Jewish.
Oh.
You Jewish people never win fights. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Have you seen those dorks? They win fights because we give them guns and stuff. We give them Iron Dome technology.
Who's this we? You're both
It's American taxpayers. That's who.
Okay.
You know, I mean, we, the collective we, not we as in content creators. We don't pay taxes. Are you kidding me? But as a nation, we give them
sling technology,
drone strikes and stuff. Yeah, because they're not going to be winning no fights with hand-to-hand combat.
I wonder who'd win wrist rocket versus sling. That could be a good Deadliest Warrior episode.
What? Oh, like the
Just like one of those versus one of those.
I think the ye olden slings hit harder for sure.
But what if you gave the guy
also?
like,
by the way, I feel like in those TikTok videos when the guys throw them and the rock fucking explodes and it's a huge impact. They're doing all sorts of like Cirque du Soleil gymnastics too. He's doing like a lot of spinning. He does like a cycle kick and then throws it. And I feel like David probably wasn't that flamboyant with it. I don't.
oh,
He probably did one of these and then. But the fact that they're that accurate is insane.
I hope it was like the Indiana Jones scene where David was actually he had a big club and he was
yeah, I'm sure he had a big two-handed axe.
I mean,
was
Goliath was like,
yeah.
And the guy just like.
If I know there's a lot of wind up with those slings too. I wouldn't have let him start doing that at all.
I would start the fight a foot away from him.
Yeah, I would have immediately just hunkered down into some sort of like hurricane is coming type.
And say, let's go back to back and do classic duel. We walk 10 paces, then we're back to back. I grab the little guy and squeeze him to death.
From the other perspective, yeah, you just pulled halves of him, or you just
arms are reaching and grab your stomach and rip you apart.
You could cleave him in half from behind.
Trying to get his little wind up.
Yeah. I saw you select a big fucking rock and a sling from before this fight even started. I think you're cheating for sure.
Did Goliath even have a weapon, or is he just a weapon?
Goliath?
This is a great Wendigoon question.
Yeah, I'm sure he had like a sword or something. But once again, this is like armed knight versus like a guy with a longbow. Like I think I would probably go with the longbow guy winning.
Also, just imagine hunting something with a sling, just like pelting a deer with a rock. Really, I mean, that's crazy.
Well, I've heard that they
a deer can tank a car.
I've heard that they would kill like wolves and stuff with them because
straight
wolves
down the throat.
Like wolves they go out of their way to like encircle you, you know, and so you have more wind up. Like a deer, on the other hand, they're gonna hear you going
a full circle of wolves around you. You can be hitting every one of them with that wind up. Boom, 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 boom. You're just slapping them all in the head over and over.
I feel like a lot of the stuff that you would naturally kill like that you're gonna pursue, they're gonna see you winding it up or hear you and be like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I don't think
anybody's...
maybe
back then they were probably less skittish, you know? Probably
before they saw the rise of man and machine guns and...
Good God, why didn't we stop them while we could? It's too late. The sling was only the first.
Yeah.
Now we just like shoot a deer with a rocket launcher. Get some.
Have you seen the overpowering way that they take out like hogs and stuff in the wild where they're just in helicopters? Helicopters with the fucking night vision goggles on, IR lasers on an M16, just mowing people down.
Helicopters.
Holy
One
fuck.
of those stealth bomber jets flies. Oh my God! When did this? How? Yeah, if I were an animal, I'd be so fucking scared in this world. I just watch all the new life on this planet.
Yeah.
You know, in the old one, even the one they made like 3 years ago, it's always a sad episode, and then it ends with David Attenborough being like, "But fear not, like there's still hope. If we start doing, the right steps in the next couple years, we can save these populations or like keep them from total extinction." Newest season, every episode just ends with like, "Yeah, you did it. Like they're fucked." Like there's way less like, okay, but there's still a chance. It's like in 5 years, these ice caps are fucking gone, and these walruses. I didn't even know walruses needed ice caps. It's like they're not gonna have any place to rest.
Yeah.
When they have their babies, and now they're all gonna fucking die. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
And they're like, here's 1,000 birds that all choke to death on a plastic ring, and it's real.
Finding
and this
Nemo.
shit happens. Yeah.
That whole area where the school was and they were hanging out, all that's cooked. It's gone, dude. The Great Barrier Reef.
They chlorinated the ocean.
I think it's only like 20-30% of what it used to be. It's like completely
gray.
It's decimated. It's just a big white bleached piece of shit.
School shooting happened at the Great Barrier, the Nemo school.
None of those kids made it to adulthood. It's over.
It was very sad seeing all these seabirds that just, I don't know. It's like their parents feed them plastic because they don't know any better. This bird in the wild can live up to 60 years. Not these 1,000. Like, here's 1,000 dead birds for you to watch. Oh man, I was trying to test out the capabilities of the TV. I didn't know it was going to be like, oh,
it's
fuck.
gonna be that sad.
It's really sad.
I'm here for the dynamic color range. Okay,
I'm more curious about the picture.
Show me a fucking toucan's bill. I want to see some colors. I'm not really here to get made all sad and stuff.
I was doing that. My landlords came over, my roommate's aunt, uncle, and they're vegetarians, and I was showing them, I'm like, check out the picture in this. You gotta check out Planet Earth. And the first video was like, this cougar's attacking a llama. And it's just like, God, it's so real.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like he's right there. Oops. Let me fast forward a little bit. Oh, here's 100 ducks being shot out of the air. Oh, okay. So this is kind of how these are now. They're very grim.
Yeah.
Harrowing.
I miss the ones where they would just record a bunch of animals for like a year, and then they would just hobble together like a fake storyline.
Yeah.
Like this is Buku. Buku is Buku. You're gonna follow Buku until he's old.
Buku has got a family, and their names are Kibi and Chaka.
In reality, Buku died very early on, and they just replaced him with some other monkey.
All right, splice together some monkey fucking or something. He's mating
with some.
I know a lot of those. Even today, I'm like, is this the same fucking bird? Like, I know you probably have it tagged, but you could also very easily like, hey, there's about 1 billion of them that all look exactly like.
That's why I like that show, Chimp Empire. Was watching it like after a while, you kind of look at one and go like, I know which one that is for the most part.
Well, I used to watch a lot of Orangutan Island when I was a kid. And you could really tell with orangutans.
Really? Have you seen that
My dad
video
had an orangutan island mouse pad.
Have you seen the video of the orangutan sitting there eating like some fruit, and like one of those little fucking annoying monkeys comes up there and tries to like grab his food, and the orangutan just picks it up by the skull and just goes. I don't think he kills it, but the little monkey is just like. Very obviously.
Yeah, the little monkey comes up and he hits him with a sugar glass bottle. Get out of here. Gives them a good scare.
I love those monkeys in I think it's like India where they just feed them over and over again and they just get morbidly obese. It's kind of funny to see.
The little one that's like, this is grandma's. Have you seen that monkey? This monkey loves grandma. It's a little one-armed monkey. It's a little fat guy with one arm, and it's always just like. And there's an old lady where I don't know how much of it's real and how much of it's just like some guy took a video of some old lady, but it's like this old lady feeds. This is grandma's monkey, and he's grandma's special little boy. He feeds her every day. This grandma comes and feeds this little fat monkey, and it's part of the family. It's really cute. And have you seen those monkeys that at tourist destinations will? I mean, they're smart. You know, it is really sad when you see an orangutan in the zoo or something. It's like,
yeah,
you can see it just being like, fuck, like this thing's too smart. But those little monkeys, they'll steal shit and then bargain with the people that work there to give it back for food.
Yeah.
Like they'll take someone's glasses and be like, got it.
Yeah,
and then
food. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a little banana and I'll give you back these glasses. I would grab that monkey and I'd strangle it to death if it took my glasses.
Yeah.
But, here's a little food. Knuckle sandwich. Bam! Punch its teeth out. I wonder how hard you'd have to hit a monkey to kill it. I mean, in the chest.
You know, you say that, but also monkeys
Pretty hard.
They're like their size to strength ratio is skewed.
I'm not talking about an ape. I'm talking just one of those ones that's like.
I would be scared
I know it
of
would
them.
Still be really hard.
I would be scared of them.
You could definitely kill a little monkey.
Oh, for sure.
But I'm sure they're a lot more resilient because.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you flick an ant off the railing of my
punch
deck
a
and
cat in the
he
chest,
falls
it doesn't
and
die.
he's still fine.
Yeah.
You know, and like
But
I think
crush it with your finger. If I took
yeah, maybe if you did like a two-handed like hammer attack.
hammer fist at a tourist site. This monkey took my glasses. Oh!
I think they
it's
would
like
be
that guy killing that
upset
seagull. Have you ever seen that?
No.
I hate that video too. It's like a guy at a popular area, a seagull like steals one of his chips, and he's like, "Oh, it mangs some of my chips," and he just wrings the seagull's neck, and everyone's like, "Ah!" Like, if you did that to a monkey at one of those sites, you'd probably be arrested.
I feel like there's something especially inhumane about it because a bird is a fucking bird, but like a monkey is humanoid in nature. Like technically, I think I should value their lives equally, but a little monkey is just so human in a way that I don't think it's okay to smash it with a cinder block because it takes your Maui Jim
I don't think it's okay to do that to any animal. But yeah, monkey definitely is like, that was a big part of the stunt powder tirade. I don't remember exactly how we got into it, but we were talking about how like government doesn't want this to happen because I saw a monkey take it and then it read the Bible, and then someone's like, "How do you know it actually read the Bible?" Like, well, it prayed afterwards. Like, how scary would that be? Because I've seen a video of a monkey reading a book before, and it's just like it's not really reading. But if you saw a monkey read the Bible, and then when it got done, it went. Like that's the kind of shit Christians need to be making like videos of. They need to be like training a monkey to like and then it reads and goes to a little bed. Like I would probably become Christian if I saw a monkey do that. Like they need to be having that kind of publicity stunt.
Facial hair. It grows out piets or whatever those little Jewish girls are. Yeah.
It read it. It can't read it out loud, obviously, but it can like comprehend.
Yeah,
it can be like, "You're no evil. You're no evil." If I saw a monkey do the little classic monkey statue thing, I would also probably believe in God.
Have you seen that video of like the orangutan just like driving a golf cart around? Such a peaceful.
Orangutan
just a peaceful
like this.
vibe, dude.
Yeah,
I love those things. Orangutans seem so docile compared to other
like I would have an orangutan like compatriot in my house if we lived in that kind of world where you could, but chimpanzee definitely it's got a little more
scary. They got
like
a little bit more
snake
testosterone or something. Yeah.
They're just kind of more like And an orangutan's just like, ooh, I want a banana. I'm fucking. You never see
he
like
might
a
squeeze a little monkey if it tries taking his
orangutan,
food. Yeah. As long as you don't get in between
Yeah.
the orangutan and his food, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, I would just have him have like a bed of bananas that he could lay on and eat from. And I would do my own thing. And I definitely train him like to wear a little suit or something.
Yeah.
You got to. And a diaper, probably.
A fez.
I feel like
an
an
orangutan with a fez would go hard.
Yeah, and it would be cool for me to do. It'd probably be in the clear, right? No, I'm being pissed off.
Yeah, no, it would
it's
be
just a
upset.
fez.
Dude, the guys from whatever that fucking show is, Jackass or whatever, they got like a chimp really drunk for one of those episodes.
Oh, God.
And had it like smoke and it tore up a hotel room. I'm like, if they can just
That's scary.
Yeah, if they can just
really
give a bunch
scary.
of beers to a chimp, then we should be able to put one in a cool fez hat or something.
Probably not anymore. I'd say there's probably like chimp laws. Thanks, Jane Goodall or whatever. To like, you can't give a monkey beer. Do not.
My phone just turned itself on. Get out of here.
Look at TikTok.
Yeah.
Don't you want to look at TikTok?
You know what? I got TikTok and I've started to try to curate a good algorithm because I've realized that a lot of the weird shit out there is on TikTok.
Yeah.
And the weird shit.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
0 likes. Old guy videos.
Yeah.
Like,
I found this guy that just goes out in public with a doll girlfriend. Nice. And he just gives updates all the time of it. At first I thought it was like his girlfriend that had like bad facial burns or something, and so she has like heavy makeup on, and then I realized he's just really good at like manipulating her head and body. And I saw like a third person perspective of him. He's like standing on the sidewalk, and I think he has her on like a little stand or something, but he just holds her and her fucking feet are dangling off the ground when he walks around.
He's got those things attached to his feet where they match up with his walk.
Like you're walking,
Yeah.
But he has a whole family. Like they're not just boyfriend and girlfriend. I think they're husband and wife, and they have children.
He has kids?
Yeah, they have kids. He has doll kids.
Oh God! What if one of the kids is real and all the others are dolls?
That's a horror. You know, going back to the chimp thing, I heard of an experiment where they raised a chimp and a boy at the same time
with its robot mother.
I feel like I would rather be that kid with the chimp than be in the family where I'm raised with a bunch of dolls.
I had a tweet about I was that kid. I was the kid that was raised with the chimp brother.
Yeah.
But do you remember also, what was that experiment with the cloth mother with the monkey where it's just like gets comfort from its little cloth mother and it like, I remember from like year 1 psychology. I can't remember what the point of the experiment was.
I love
like,
how
will
all
this
those
monkey take take cloth mother?
All those ones those experiments that they teach you in class, they're also the ones that are like, these are really unethical and we shouldn't have done that.
Don't try to do it. Yeah. It's our responsibility.
Do those again. But boy, we're going to learn from it. Yeah.
And they're kind of the coolest experiments, but you can't do anything crazy with a monkey anymore.
Yeah. I think it's really horrible, but I think a lot of the information we have on the limits of the human body were learned by the Nazis. They were just like, what body temperature can you get down to before you die? They were the only people brave enough to attempt those experiments, and they found out it's like 75 degrees or something like that, and then they warm you back up and see if you live. You can't do that shit now.
Information necessary though? Like, do I need to?
No, it's not really necessary, but it's just kind of one of those.
The outer limits
Wait,
of the
you're
human
asking,
capacity.
you're asking
I didn't need to know
the
that.
things that Nazis did. Was it necessary?
No, I just
but it is
tuned you out for a second.
It is a little factoid to know that you can get down to like 75 degrees before you can be warmed back up. Like when people do that magic trick where they bring the fly back to life.
75 degrees, like that's
internal body temp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not like what, like room temp.
75 degrees out.
Anything lower than room temp, and we die.
The Nazis found out that if you get a little chilly, you will die.
That's why they hated Russia so much. It's colder than that over there.
I hated learning about this shit in school, dude.
Okay, see, this is the type of picture I'm talking about where, like, I would feel a lot worse hurting that little thing because it's like a little person.
Well, of course, dude. Yeah, they're advanced creatures.
Yeah.
But they gave them a wire mother and a mother with cloth, and it would spend it's time with the cloth mother, and they'd take them from their real mom, like right after they were born, and be like, which new mother do you want? And they would go to this little cloth one. Like, how can you as an experimenter see that and not just be like, this is the saddest fucking... Why are we taking this monkey? What are we even learning here? Yeah, a monkey wants to be with a cloth.
Over
it would
wire.
rather be with something like its real
Monkey's
mother.
not a machine, okay?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is
we put robotics in it.
I think this experiment could have just been done in the head. I don't think it had to be done with an actual monkey.
It could be done in a Scrubs cutaway. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think
I think a monkey would like something more like its mother than a robot.
and the fact that this guy's probably like a renowned scientist at this point.
Yeah.
It's really a testament to we're not that developed as a
I've deducted.
No wonder like science is being questioned by people more now than ever. You know, they actually thought a couple of years ago.
Not robot.
Does monkey like wire more or a soft thing that's kind of like fur?
I bet a bug would like the cloth thing more too. Like,
I think all like carbon-based life forms would probably prefer soft over
cloth.
metal thing.
You want this cashmere or you want this barbed wire? What do you want, bug? Cloth.
Cloth is better.
Please. This ant just spoke into a microphone. There you have it.
That's not the remarkable part. As a scientist,
he chose cashmere.
As a scientist, that does not interest me. It's purely the rejection of wire and electricity.
So what is it about wire that they don't love? Where is its warmth? I would like. Holy shit! That bug talk not important. You're just a hand in this experiment. Remember your place. That bug spoke. That bug spoke into a microphone. I don't care about the goddamn bug. Now that we've done insect testing, we're ready for monkey testing. We can move up.
We got to move these up. Eventually, we'll do human testing.
Yeah. And the human goes. That human just spoke bug. My God. Not important. No. Okay, what are you talking? He's speaking ancient ant language.
Dude, I was on my back porch and I was like, it was really quiet, and I had
You heard a bug sing.
I heard a bug talk to me.
He was reading the Bible and praying.
I was absolutely baked out of my mind, but I swear to God, I was at my back up to the railing. I was sitting in a chair, and this little bug was on the railing, and he started going like, and I was like, dude, I have never heard a beetle talk in my life. There's a beetle right there, and he was sitting there. It was astounding
to me. Back?
I said, hey, little guy, and then I moved because I was scared of him a little bit. Beetle, I crushed him.
He's trying to say God's real name.
Yeah, he scared me. He tried to communicate, and I wasn't ready for that yet. But
ripped off his legs one by one, his wings. Yeah, no. Beetles are a little freaky because they're unpredictable.
Well, not just that, but they're cousins to roaches. Roaches are a herald of disease and uncleanliness.
Like, I feel like a lot of insects, I'm sure I don't know much about insect, I know it's like even an ant, they're very advanced, in their hives and how they coordinate and whatever. But it's like people are very quick to just be like, roach. Like, well, obviously roaches, that's a bad example, but let's say beetle. Like,
beetle.
Poof. And then you get to the part where it's like you see a beetle with those rhinoceros. Like you see a rhinoceros beetle, and you're like, okay, I'm not. Well,
that's a regular beetle with some
way cooler. But like, do they do anything important or?
Yeah, they can knock other beetles over like that.
Are they like endangered or something? I don't know. I just like, you can see a spider crush. You see a praying mantis. It's like, okay.
I had one on the shelf.
I used to have one of those shadow boxes filled with insects.
He's around here somewhere. I think he's in the other room.
I think my mom gave it away.
I was going to say, yeah, we revere these so much. We have them.
Yeah.
I have one in a little sarcophagus, this little glass thing where I can look at it.
And also, it's like, where does scorpion fall on that list? I feel like I wouldn't crush a scorpion. It feels like it's got more to it.
Yeah, I would crush a scorpion, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would. They scare me a little bit more. I didn't know we had those in Florida. That's one of those things where I
didn't know you had that either.
Knocked it off the list of things I would ever have to worry about. I went camping once and a scorpion was in my shoe in the morning.
There's a scorpion in my boot.
And I remember watching you see like old westerns and stuff, and they go check your shoes in the morning, and I just happened to see him in the morning when I went to go get my shoe. He was like in there. It was when we were like in Boy Scouts or whatever, and it was just like a little scorpion. I don't even know if they're dangerous or anything.
I know
here,
some of the little ones are more dangerous because, anything they shoot all of their shit into all their venom or whatever. Like sometimes
they look like a raisin when they're finished.
More dangerous.
They just empty every bit of themselves into you.
They don't know how to control what they're putting in. They're not just giving you a little warning shot. They're like, oh.
Well, I'd be scared too if I was really small.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just trying to make a living. Did you crush it or what? Did you just
We probably, as a kid, I probably took a goddamn butane torch to it and burned it. I probably pressed it into the fire slowly or something. I don't know. I forget what I did.
Nerd kid being like, no, don't kill that bug. Take it outside. And people would be like, what? This bug? They called me Bug Boy because I could speak ant.
That's why you asked me when the beetle talked to you. What did he say?
Did it say?
Yeah, I don't know.
I message?
I didn't speak that language, man.
From the bug leader?
Yeah, he probably was talking to you through me. He was like, tell Poob this. And I was like,
our time is nigh. They think us fools. Yeah, I don't know. I remember. Did you ever have lightning bugs? People would crush them and then rub their blood on themselves and be like, "Ooh, I light up."
We put them in jars and we would poke holes in the top so that you could breathe, and then they'd still be dead in the morning.
Plug a hole in it, and then blow weed smoke in there. Chop. Lie down in there. It's a glass. You put them in a sugar glass jar and then throw it at a wall.
I didn't. I didn't do any sort of crazy bug smashing or anything.
Did you ever do any creature smashing, birds? I think you've told me this before. Didn't you shoot a bird?
I shot a bird and I felt bad afterwards. Yeah. And I got scolded by the guy that told me to shoot it. So I was...
double.
Double whammy there.
Embarrassing.
But no, I don't have a track history of torturing and killing animals. And if I did, I don't think I would tell it on this forum because that's kind of
wouldn't bring it up.
That's a precursor to being a serial killer.
You might even lie and say, "No, I'm actually the guy that loves bugs."
Yeah, you might even.
I don't need to take a scalpel.
I will.
Scalpel. What makes a bug tick?
Yeah.
Blood? No. What is it?
They have no blood.
I don't think
have
blood. Them.
That's an experiment. We should that should be our science experiment. Put blood into a bug.
Put stunt powder in a bug and we'll pray.
We give it some stunt powder. We give it an IV drip of human blood, and we see what happens.
There's a lot of theories that stunt powder also is the missing link. It can evolve you a step, and it gives everything for some reason thumbs. Yeah. And it could be the missing link between fish and monkey. But
by the way, I think stunt powder does exist. It's in those before those African tribes do genocides and stuff, they would take cocaine and they would mix it with gunpowder.
Well, this isn't cocaine and gunpowder. It's gunpowder and testosterone.
Oh, gunpowder and testosterone. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I mean,
powder and testosterone?
Sure. I don't know how it works.
I don't know how it works either.
Listen, we're only in animal trials, man. I have no idea. I was just more amazed, when we were talking about this, sure, we were, high on shrooms. We're how is no one using the name stunt powder for, them, just some shitty ad you'd see for, this stuff, it's like a caffeine pill, stunt powder. It's just got a great name to it.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And then we Googled it, and there was a couple things where it's this is stunt powder. It's helps you have grip, but nothing where it's you take this and you are a stunt man. Well, it's also funny because stuntman has no power. It just makes you ah! I just want to break through a window, and I don't know. It's just I asked my friends the other day. I'm like, you guys still? They're like, yeah, I'm still thinking about it. The next morning we woke up and we're like, yeah.
You know what? Those are important to have. I'd say once a month to have like a good fucking crying
It had been months,
Yeah.
I feel like, since I'd had that, where it was just like really, really cracking up.
Yeah, a big laugh like that. That's important. I'd say once a
medicine.
month. As the doctor of the patrons, I would like to say, Don Tony didn't say shit about this, but laughter is the best medicine. You should get some giggles in. At least once a month.
Yeah, maybe watch a different podcast.
Yeah, go watch Tucker Carlson on Theo Vaughn's.
Yeah.
That's a real... That's a giggle
He's the
factory.
guy. He's that awful guy, and now he's on this podcast.
And he got me addicted to nicotine.
Yeah, and I'll buy anything he's selling.
If he gets me addicted to nicotine, that's when he's a bad guy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that other stuff.
It starts affecting me directly.
Yep, that's when it's bad.
If we had just gotten each of those therapy needing patrons just to belly laugh once. It's one of the most unnatural things you can do is try to plan out how you're going to laugh that hard. Okay,
It doesn't
what do
work.
you find funny? Come on, give me something here. You're going to kill yourself. What do you find funny? What's your favorite show?
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a bit.
I think it's also so internal too. Like sometimes I'll get on Discord and I'll enter the call with like Brian and Bizzle and Steve, and everybody will be like having a blast and laughing, and I'm like, I missed the build up to this.
Yeah.
You can't jump in raw dog into a funny time.
Yeah.
It has to build up over a series. First, you have to start talking about the monkey and whether or not it likes the barbed wire or the cloth, and then you incorporate the action powder or whatever stunt powder, and it's a build up over time.
Yeah,
and to try to do that to somebody, whoa, that's hard.
Yeah.
One
of our friends was like came out of the bathroom after taking
missed
shit.
it. He missed
He missed a lot of it and was like, "I'm going to bed." Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Like, why are you guys all like? Oh! Like we seriously talked about it for like 4 hours. Like, and the whole time we're like, we gotta be writing this down. Like, this is great. And the next day we're like, oh, fuck, I feel, oh my God, I'm so high on gas. I can't believe I talked that long. I love, like, what a awesome feeling when you're like in pain from just laughing that long. Like, you're like, I can't laugh anymore. But you're smiled too much. Your cheeks hurt. Your belly hurts. What a pleasure to feel that pain.
You know, I was just thinking about it. I was like, I remember the last time I saw Abby even smirk. I don't think she's.
You got her belly laughing. Yeah. What's happening?
She'd shit herself and be like, something's wrong with me. Yeah, I just thought about that. Yeah, I don't think she's had a good belly laugh in a long time. Years.
Well, how long have you been married? 5 years or something?
Yeah,
4 years?
I'm going to ask her about that. Be like, why? What makes you tick? What's your funny bone? You know what's funny is the hardest I've seen her laugh is it was really rainy, and I was trying to load a four-wheeler onto a trailer, and you know how like the trailer is like the end is the ramp, you know, that you let down. I was walking down it, and it was slick with rain, and
it's metal and
I slipped and I twisted my fucking knee, and I fell, and I was in complete agony. And I was obviously in pain, and she was laughing so hard. Like, that was the funniest slapstick shit she's ever seen in her life. Oh, my God. Yeah.
I know how to make her laugh, dude. We'll get some wires and harnesses and some sugar glass. And you'll just be like, doy, fly through a window, by your underwear.
Yeah. That'd be funny if she saw me fall out of a window, and then I fall out of view, and then Blood Squib shoots a geyser of blood back into view. She would immediately, that would kill for her. She would think that's fun. Yeah. She would think that's awesome. And then
that would be an awesome visual.
And then the tears would come because I have no life insurance. And she would, no.
Sam, and then you slowly get lifted back up through the. Fear not. Eating glass. Look, it's just fake.
And the laughter dissipates and the scowl comes back to life.
Not funny. Didn't like it.
Yep, not funny.
That cost $10,000, you bitch.
To replace our window pane with sugar glass.
To get like 15 squibs to shoot off at once.
A geyser of blood. Yeah. Have you seen that Reno 911 where the cat falls into the air conditioner and it fucking shoots a geyser of blood up onto the wall?
Probably when I was younger. It doesn't ring a bell, but I used to watch a lot of Reno 911.
Oh, that show rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does rock. Underrated.
Yeah.
Someone the other day, my stepmom she was like, yeah, you're like that guy from Reno 911. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, she's like, the guy with the little short shorts. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I can't think of a single person I would want to be. I'd just be racking my brain
yeah.
Who?
She just brought up something about like, you and this other guy with that mustache. She's like, you're like the guys from Reno 911. And you're Dingle or whatever. I'm like, what the fuck? Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I guess if I was to be anybody, I would be him. I would hope, because at least he's ridiculous, but I hope knows it. I don't know.
I think they're all just awful.
They're all horrible. Yeah. Anyways, I just realized my camera was kind of focused on my bookshelf for a little bit, and I want the audience to know that these book choices are not my book choices. Okay, a lot of these were sent in by viewers to the PO box.
What kind of books did it show?
There's like Anarchist Cookbook, and there's like some manifestos and shit, and there's like some Ted Krasinski bullshit, and not a lot of it's mine. The big book of big breasts, or the small book of big breasts, that's mine. I went out of my way to buy that naturally, but
yeah,
some of those. And the Jive to English dictionary is also mine. I went out of my way to buy that. Yeah, have to keep on the up and up. Yeah.
Hold on. Slow down. What's happening?
To pull that out live in conversation with a black person.
Hold on. I've got just the thing. I know how we can solve this problem. And how do you spell that?
I'm having a real difficult time cutting through with what this guy's saying.
That might be the most racist thing you could do to a black man.
Pull out my Jupiter Jive dictionary. A dictionary of African American slang. Yeah. Yeah, this book rocks. This book rocks.
Through a lot of watching The Wire just with that open.
Yep. Pausing every 15 seconds.
Get the subtitles on, then I gotta go. Okay, let me go to the book. Then you pull out a thesaurus and then get the closest. What other words is this like?
Yes. Oh, bogus. Of course, that means a fraud. Bogus is that
even
jive?
Bogus. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. Well, a lot of our vernacular in America comes from black people, because they're always on.
Keanu Reeves has said bogus more than anyone in any filmography.
That's true. Well,
Bill and Ted, culture vulture.
Yeah,
Bill.
I was about to say white people, they steal shit from everybody else, so that makes sense. And it originates in
He's reading that book in reverse. He's reading it backwards. I'm gonna steal all. What's a cooler way to say this?
Yep. Yeah. But
bogus.
All right. Anyways, I'm getting out of here because I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna go have dinner. It's only 4:45, but I'm gonna go pee and then go upstairs.
I miss the sun. The sun.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. To prep for this podcast, I went out on the deck and just had a big old cup of coffee with the sun shining out there.
I'm not gonna lie. When you texted me, I was freaking out because I just kind of like, and I had to piss so bad.
Yeah, I thought you were like mad at me. I was just like, wakey, hey.
No, I was just very tired, so I went back to sleep for like another hour and a half, and then rolled down here, and I was kind of worried, but I think this went pretty well. And then the patrons are gonna comment, "Fuck you, it went well, you dumb hick bitch." Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, this one's funny.
Even if like the therapy episode didn't go over well, you gotta. I would much rather take some swings and miss than never swing at all. Yeah.
Because
if I didn't go outside my wheelhouse and disappoint people once in a while to grow, I would still be doing Skyrim videos. Okay.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like guys,
it's the
trying.
same thing with that the Mushroom Boys podcast. Like you guys didn't like that, but I tried it. Okay, I thought you guys would like it.
Except for today, I literally started with okay, let's go back to formula, boring video games, movies. But we're trying something new because we talked about that stuff and we talked about monkeys this time a little more than usual.
I will I will suffix this, postface this. Probably not ever going to do a therapy episode again, but we will incorporate you guys in a much less.
I think like a talent show might be a little more upbeat, something like that. We'll give it a while though. We need to. Yeah. We just need to have like a regular guest
you guys rest and try to figure out. Try to figure out something to make you belly laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. That's all we got.
You can't die of laughter.
What a sad note to end on. It
ended. Stop.
Fucking kill it now. And we're done.